Hello once again, audience, and welcome back to MNC Gaming. DomiNations with Christopher. I don't know how loud that is. If the music's too loud, let me know. And I'm wondering if my gain doesn't need to be adjusted. Anyways, I got a new wireless card. It did come. I ordered the one, and then my mother-in-law found the one in the wash. She cleaned it for us, but the other one still showed up, so that's what we're trying tonight. Eventually I think I would like to try and jack up the stream and get it up to 1024 or 1080p, I guess is what it's called. But I need a new monitor for that, so we'll have to see. What is new? 5 days, 15 hours for my bunker. I had the option. I had to make a decision. Oh, hold on. I've got to jump in here. Chillaxin'. Yes. Let's see. There we go. What else is going on? What else do I need? Sorry, distracted as always. So I had a decision to make. I needed to decide whether I wanted to upgrade my bunker from 2 to 3 or upgrade my bunker from 1 to 2. Obviously, the valid decision was to go from 2 to 3 because it's the more expensive of them, and a 50% discount, I would be saving more going that route. So that's what I did with a little bit of oil. I'm back up to 105,000 oil. This little jack-up building is doing wonders for me, actually. What else is there? Oh, those silly helicopters. Those things are so annoying. Like, beyond annoying. How long do we have in war here? We will be flipping between accounts. Maybe I'll do a war base. I think I've got to make a new war base for Tyler. You know, like half an hour left. 4, 3. What do I have? Do I have 2 of those? Yeah, I have 2 of those bad boys. So go with 2. See, the fallacy is like, if you're Greek, you've got these huge tanks, but you've also got these generals. And then once the generals are jacked up, they're kind of the equivalent of tanks, right? Non-selective tanks, but still tanks. So it makes it hard. It makes it difficult to decide what you should be doing. 1, 2, so that's 6. See, I think we need to go 7, 8. And an extra one of those. And then we can go with, I guess, 2 more of those. That might be beneficial. And then we'll get some field howitzers or whatever we got going on. We need 19 and 20 for the experience points. Haha, nice. Hello, Leanne. What are you cooking? I want to know what you're cooking. What's for dinner? I feel like I've been nudged. Oh, because nobody's attacked 19 and 20? Oh, gross. Stacking is still a thing. It's just like... Oh... It's so sad. Okay. 20. There we go. Iron Age. I'm not even going to train a full army. First successful MK2 raid today. Like you do, only succeeded 1 attack. The rest were total fails. That's not me. I don't do MK2 rating. I do not do MK2 rating. Sorry to tell you. Sorry to have to let you know, but that's not me. Stop shooting my stuff. What is this guy? What's going on there? Do I think I have coalition, so we can use those, right? Did I lose? I think I might have lost something. Cooking steaks and salad and eggs. Numbers. What was up with those planes? I did that. That punk took a bazooka of mine. Okay, well that was boring. And then Creole lessons. Yeah, that's Lax. You're talking about Lax. Lax does, and I don't know where Lax is at. I know that he had some a move in the works scheduled for this weekend, so I would have to assume that he's busy. But I'd really like to know. Really like to be kept in the loop. What do we got going on there? See, and I don't want to. I adjusted my army from what I normally do in order to kind of work this out, but 1, 2. Something's off here. One too many machine guns, I think. All right, let's we'll let those cook. We'll head over to corner and see if we can't nail somebody. An actual war attack. What else do we want to do here tonight? So I'm reading. I think so. The oil bottleneck. So far, so good. I don't know. I think the quality looks alright. As good as it is staring at it. Let's see. Request. I don't know. What am I getting? I've got 12 guys available. Wow, I got 12. I'm really gonna have to schedule some time and spend some time on Koner. The goal is to get Christopher actually to the point where he is upgrading my machine guns. So once my machine guns are on their way to actually being global, then we'll discuss. But I've got so much oil stuff that I need to do. Like a ludicrous amount of oil things that I need to focus on. Wow. Hey, log on much? See, and this is what I was saying before, is that my focus is really very, very diverted. So I hyper-focus on one thing, and then I guess we're going with 3 of those bad boys. I hyper-focus on one account, and then I come back to the other one, and I just kind of go back and forth. But it doesn't look very good, right? Tower hit points, field howitzer. What a pain in the butthole. That's ridiculous. I really wish we could find a decent or a better stream. Can we quit Skype, is that possible? Quit. Task manager. Skype. End. Yeah, kill it. I don't want it open. Cancel. We don't want to fix it. We just want to close it. Going for getting 124k oil for an airplane upgrade. Going good so far. 80k already. Plan to upgrade them in 2 days. Nice. Nice. That's very good. I found that my focus is... see, it dwindles. When I go ahead and try and focus on getting oil, I always end up extremely frustrated and about willing to quit the game or ready to quit the game. Whereas if I just ignore the oil and go for nothing but food. Romer, France. Roman. The French, that training time. I don't know. Or are we referring to something else? Are we talking about the game? I'm assuming we're talking about the game. What do we want to do? We can try, let's try 4. I think let's get 4 a shot. I think, if we can get some tanks, that is. It looks like I've got a whole ton of what I deem to be kind of paper-ish work going on. Okay. And Leanne, I did mean to look at your base, but sadly I just didn't have the opportunity to. Oh, see, I don't even... a 198 atomic. I don't even perceive that this is... I mean, there's one there, obviously. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna, like, book it straight through. Straight on through, and take it out that way. Rome or France? I do not know. That's fine. No, nobody with tanks for me? Where, okay. 52 minutes. 52 minutes and then I've got to start another upgrade. Not focused on oil, just building up all alone. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. See, and Leanne, I'm not sure if you ever did get both accounts working on one device the one day that we were talking. But you note that mine, I have to touch that Google Play connect disconnect button a whole bunch of times. Check it out when you have time. Absolutely. I'll probably have to stitch it together so I can actually get the complete picture. It's weird that it doesn't allow you to actually zoom out any further than you were. I thought that was kind of messed up. Let's go. I think if we get a training blessing over here, training blessing. Oh, and you know what? I am going to get one of those air defense blessings because I can. There we go. Now we can flip back over. I just had to, like, it feels like it's like a round peg in a square hole. Where you got to just keep beating it until it actually functions the way you want it to. And then once it does, you just like cross your fingers that it never changes, right? Or that you don't have to reproduce it. I've had to reproduce it a lot of times. Like right now I'm playing on my daughter's tablet. I managed to repair this one using the neighbor's soldering iron, plus I've got the one upstairs. The only difference between the two of these, the one that I use primarily, the battery lasts a lot longer and it's bigger. It's like a 10-inch tablet. but I prefer the 8-inch tablet, and the touch input is actually a little bit better. So I can do like a 3-finger drop with this one. All right, let's nom it and see what we can do. Nom. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Mm-hmm. All right, let's just go ahead and start like this. Now, you guys seem to be getting hammered quite a lot. And I love the AI on that. Thank you very much for targeting that. Ridiculous. Let's go up here. We'll see if we can distract both of you guys. I do want to hang on to... Oh, hey, barbed wire. Ah, that was like a microsecond off, I swear it. We're gonna save that, I think. Oof, that's some pretty severe lag, eh? Like, that's bad. That's not friendly at all, is it? Now we're gonna want to, I think, do something like that, so we can force target that bad boy. Oh, what are you guys doing? I thought I had more howitzers left. Gotta be honest. We're not even gonna make it through. That was like the worst rally ever. Brutal. Perfect. Hey-o! Just nasty. Hey, Jay, what's going on? Hello, Poop. Thanks for tuning in. Nice to see you guys, as always. No. Please excuse the worst raid that you've ever seen in your life, or the worst war attack. That was just garbage. I did ask actually to have this account left out of war, just because I don't have the focus or the attention necessary. Take your time. Yeah, I think Christopher's a little bit more war ready. And the problem is national trade goods. You've got to be actively playing an account in order to keep those NTGs up. If you're not, then you don't have them. And sadly, at this level, and I mean this level, I don't mean like top 100. Top 100 is likely the same. But I mean, when I say this level, what I mean is, you know, at the level that the last Outlaws are at, that's what you have to do. Hello, Simon. Thank you very much for tuning in. So the intention is that I was just kind of going over a few of the updates that I've got going on. Complemented with working on some walls, dropping some metals, doing a little bit of Greek salad raiding. And I am hitting babies. That's what I've been doing. I'm punching babies in the face. Little industrials or weak globals or like super weak atomics. And there's a lot of them. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to listen to. Was your advert. Thanks. I've also got the, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but I did the maximum oil video. Thus to mean I finished upgrading almost everything and I've been rocking the blessings. Rocking the blessings in order to actually get maximum oil. They're getting there, aren't they? Yeah. I think I'm going to stop at like 13, to be honest with you. I like these ones, the level 12, I guess. The level 12 walls. Yeah, see, like it's like every time I've logged in today, I'm collecting a fair amount of oil. And that's as a result of the power plant. I don't even know. The power plant and the blessings, right? Can we get another... those are buildings. Oh yeah, see, there we go. I can get another royal blessing. I've been trying to keep those going as often as possible. Yeah. That's where it's at. I'm giving back to the community. Upgrade your oil wells. Help to give back to the community, you guys. It's important. Plane usage, I have found that my plane usage has been pretty high, actually. And not high as in like... My plane usage hasn't been high for taking out the stuff that you would expect that I would be taking out. It's been high for taking out anti-tank guns. Which is kind of funny. I thought that was kind of laxish. And silly stuff like this. Pew 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 pew! And a lot more just letting my guys roam free. Ooh, with the exception of there. Yeah. 50% quick victory. Very minimal rallying. Especially on these weaker bases, I find. You just kind of let people go. You're like, that's nice. Oh, 3's too many. I only need 2 for that. Which means we're going to do loop-de-loops with this one. And attack a farm. That's exactly what I wanted to see. We can probably get a speed rally on that. That was perfect. Go with 3 on that. Invincible. Maybe I only need 2? I'm not as adept as... Yeah. Walls to 10. So glad we can choose gold food. Easier and faster. Oh yeah, see, I got mine up to 9. 8 or 9. Before they actually introduced that, so... yeah, I'm certainly happy they do. I mean, the number of times that, like, I remember before, whenever it was, before they put that out, though, you used to just stick your food out. Everybody just stuck their food out, and that's the way it was. Your food was just always out because it was always full. There was no purpose in actually hanging on to it. Sultan to get the wall hit points. I can imagine. You know, the wall hit points are good. Good to have, absolutely. See, and I consider... Yeah, no, I'd hit that. 1,900 and 500,000? Yeah, we're in. We should be able to just kill that thing and then work it from there. Oh, I lost something. Oh, that was one of my shooters. You got to get all 3 planes in right off the hop. If you don't, you're running the risk of having them go silly. Yeah. Look at my fat guys. They're just like, that's nice. Come at me, bro. I am somewhat getting used to raiding with the oil troops, I guess we'll call them. As far as following them around. But I do find that having like a lot of tanks up front really is helpful. But they really are. They wander off on their own a lot of the times. And they like dying. You died. That wasn't very good. As long as we don't lose any planes, I'll be somewhat satisfied with this. And I think we should be all right. That should have gotten us through. We missing anything? Yeah. Oh, seeing that died. They die. Well, just to kind of respond to that comment, because you can't see it, I need to reconnect that. That's weird. I lost 2 GATs. I lost 2 GATs and I got, 2K oil, over 2K oil, 350K food, and 535 gold. So, I think that's a fair trade. Honestly, I'm coming out well ahead of the curve there. Didn't lose any planes, didn't have to spend any of my tactics. So that's, I don't know, that's kind of where I put that. Now, let's see if that's actually going to pull it back up. What's the best nation to choose? I don't know, Simon. The real question I would ask you is best for what? Best for raiding, best for the amount that you get back, best for war. Like, what are you focused on, and what troop do you really like using, right? If you use a non-specific troop, like anything related to your factory, or heavy tank raiding, then Roman might be a good choice for you because you have the option to get a bigger army. So it's really, that's a very, very difficult question to answer without actually having to, I guess, effectively like grill you a little bit about what you're looking to garner from the answer. Good evening, Velveeta. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, this one's even better. See, and then I've been cheating like this, where I just kind of by default get a couple of planes in there and then work it from there. See, look at my troops. They're so fat. That's nice. That's a mortar. Let's play catch the mortar. What do we want to do there? I think we're just going to let them go. Yeah, they've got it. What can we do? I guess like we could try taking out those with planes. Is that going to be enough? Typically I find that it's like, yeah, see, that's 4 strafes. So I need 1 additional strafe in order to actually get those down. Which is kind of a pain in the butt. No losing planes. No losing planes. See, and look at those factory troops. They're just like, that's nice. Don't even And most of the time, that is what it looks like. I don't even touch the actual town center or worry about the quick victory. And based on this comp, it just goes ahead and deals with it. It just handles it. Now, have we lost anything? I don't even think we've lost anything. See, that makes me happy. And I'm always dropping by the Notre Dame. Your attack style is tank. I would suggest, you know, give the French a try. French have that amazing training blessing, and they've got huge tanks. Yeah. See, I think that's a reasonable raid. I don't know. Yeah, just regular tanks. I'd give the French a shot. French or Greek. The reason I would suggest French is because of the training time. I feel that the training time is actually a larger benefit versus the Greek whole 45 minutes off of your upgrades, which is just a joke. It truly is. I'm not giving you field howitzers. Yeah, and they're huge tanks. Huge tanks, but you really do have to have patience before getting halfway decent, and I'm not even halfway decent. Don't take my attacks to be an example of how you're supposed to use a Greek army or tank army, right? This is my rating comp, and this rating comp that I'm using right now, I call this the Greek salad. It allows you to hit below or at your level, but anything above that and you're in trouble, right? So if you're hitting into the atomic age, you're gonna have a bad time, unfortunately. Oh, I didn't mean to drop 2. That's all right. But that'd be my suggestion. Yeah, for sure, give it a shot, and don't be hasty. Don't be hasty. I know a lot of people that change nations like they're changing their pants. You have to have patience with whatever you've chosen. You've got to give yourself time. And my suggestion is to drop down to like 200 medals and then climb your way up and use various comps, right? Don't just stick with one composition and then give up after trying it 3 times and saying, oh, well, this sucks, and then moving on. My alliance, there's a guy using French, uses 12 regular global tanks, destroy every single base. Send him over, Leanne. Send him over. I'm in for some training. Yeah, French training time plus training blessing. 5-minute armies. Amazing. Amazing. 5-minute armies in the atomic age. Even more amazing. Oh, hey, buddy. Nice oil. Yeah, we'll skip you. Yes, they do. They do. Plus the perk, it would be like, it's an additional, is it 1 per age, I think? Something to that effect. There's a significant perk to it. Wah, wah, wah. Look at you. Halfway decent base. So here's the deal. Let's go ahead and get a couple of walls, I think, up. I would like to get that up to 140k, I think. Let's see, where are we at here? Factory, yeah. My heavy machine gun upgrade is 140, so I'm gonna need, oh, I don't even know, more. Another 31k. He doesn't get any English. Well, you know, if he can record even one attack video or attack strategy, I would love to see it, or even just send him over for a war. And I mean that honestly. Because I'm more than I want to learn. I want to learn how these guys are holding their own. I know that Arya, she has an amazing attack strategy with tanks, but I haven't had the opportunity to extend an invitation to her yet. Although I really should get on that. Because she's an amazing attacker as well. And you notice that I've only got 4 Gatling gunners. And those 4 Gatling gunners just hold their own. They're just like, that's nice. Where are you guys going? Let's just wait till that's all... Let's get that all dead, and then we'll get you in there. We can plane that. Oh, see, and remember I was saying you got to get all 4 of your planes in? And that is specifically why right there. That looks funny. Okay. Anti-tank guns. I only ever concern myself with anti-tank guns if it's something other than my tanks that are heading for them. If it's my tanks that are heading for an anti-tank gun, I'm like, yeah, that's nice, whatever. If it's not my tanks heading for them, however, that's when I get concerned and I fire my planes at it. Thank you. Seeing again that 50% quick victory. And this is a global 145, albeit this guy's very, very rushed. You know, not a care in the world. Look at my guys go. Pew, pew, pew! Pew, pew, pew! There we go. Now, this might get a little bit hairy scary down here because he's got a couple of anti-tank guns there. Don't you dare. Whew. Okay. I think it's the library research. I think that library research for your anti-tank guns firing faster, I think that's what kills my bazooka towers, or my bazookas rather. I think that's exactly what it is, because if my bazookas are quick, like they get in there and they get down on a knee and they fire very, very fast. So I feel like if you have that research, then my guys get one-shotted right away. It's like they almost get down on a knee before they get blasted, right? I wonder how heavy tank and GAT would work. That'd be an interesting comp. I think you should try that, Jay. I honestly do. I'm so used to retraining all the time. How bad is that? Yeah. That'd be awesome if you could, Leon. You have no walls. Why do you have no walls? Are you just like, what are you doing? Should we just do it just because we can? I think we should just because we can, right? I mean, that's just kind of how this goes. It's like, okay, man. You want to give up your base and... Oh, those guys went in the wrong way. Do you mind? Oh. Okay. I think you might get a tank. You might get more than a tank, actually. If my GATs don't get in there relatively soon. Thank you, boys. I really appreciate that. And that fly's gotta die. That's brutal. Tanks in there doing their job. Yeah, he got one GAT. You got one GAT, no planes. No walls. 75% town center. I like it when 2 stars pop up like that. It's kind of cool. I did start my research for the extra SAM battery today as well. That was like 9 million gold. Look at those GATs. Not bad though. I mean, like, he got a tank. He got a tank, but I mean, he got more than a tank. Of course, I dropped those 5 in desperation. He got a tank and he got a GAT from that. For no walls, I'm surprised. Heavy tank and a GAT. See, now you got me curious. 5 for that? Absolutely. No. No, thank you. Jay, you've got me thinking. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that would work. I honestly don't think that would. In my opinion is that would not work. And I don't know why I say that. I think the reason I say that is because Gats don't take down buildings fast enough, and they do kind of wander off in their own direction. So you do have to rally to protect them. They're a decent meat shield, but they don't take stuff down, right? You have to have something with the actual firepower. Gats are wonderful as far as taking the hits and being meat shields, but they don't take stuff down, right? That's not how they work. They don't actually do enough DPS to efficiently get through a base. Like, you could go with an all Gat army. The enemy would have a hard time killing all of your Gats. But that doesn't mean that your guys would actually get through the base. What are you doing? And why would you do that? Womp. Get up there. Do what you're supposed to do. Mucking about. Oh, see, I love that. Even with 2 of those little weak mortars firing on them, they're just like, that's nice. I've got to get another... I think it's one of the things on Amelia that I've got to get upgraded. Because otherwise my planes, I want to be able to do that in two runs. Hey Arya, we were just talking about you. Your ears burning? And why would this guy stick his oil out like that? I don't understand it. There it is. How to best use the bazookas. No, I don't, but I should really, I think, get one. I almost think that I should do one. So, briefly, I'll explain to you how bazookas actually function. They're huge as far as the damage per second. So let's just... What are we claiming here? What do I have? Yeah, we'll... Welcome back to Tree Farming with Chris. Okay, bazookas. So bazookas require a factory level 4. They do huge DPS, especially against tanks, buildings, and walls. So 1,281, and that's the level 1. Oh, hey, Courier. Hey, buddy. So the DPS against everything else is 183, so not that great. They have a range of 3. That's extremely short. What that means is that you have to have heavies in order to support them, and you've got to keep them away from stuff that fires relatively fast. They do shoot very quickly, and they move quickly as well. But they don't have a ton of hit points. So, well, they've got 1,918 hit points. 4 troop space. So how to best utilize them is, I feel, stick them alongside some Gatling gunners. Gatling gunners have less hit points, but they do a lot of damage versus a lot of troops. So anything with garrison spawning. Why are my Gats made out of tissue paper? My Gats, your planes? Or your Gats, my planes? They should get together. Okay, get them killed. Stick them with Gats. Gatling gunners are very good as far as the suppression fire. They're like hand in hand. They're like peas in a pod. You got to use one with the other. There are videos. Siggy, I know, he uses nothing but gas. Bazookas. He goes with like 9 bazookas in his war comp, that's a lot. That's a lot. But anything that spawns tanks, obviously, he just destroys it. Destroys stuff that spawns tanks. And of course, that DPS versus buildings is huge, especially when you take it into consideration that the DPS on a howitzer is 963. So a bazooka does more DPS than a howitzer. And that's not even upgraded. There is an upgrade available for my bazookas, obviously. I can turn them into heavy bazookas for 160,000. And that jacks up, obviously, the hit points by 191. DPS goes up by 18 and 128 more versus walls, tanks, and buildings. But that's monstrous. So the gap for the time they decide to betray the army and start attacking walls, and that's exactly it, Courier. It's difficult to actually get them to stick together. How I've kind of worked it with this comp, and this took a long time to kind of sort out as far as the levels. Would you look at that? We just got a promotion. Whoop whoop. I don't know. Is anybody else level 4? Is anybody else level 4? I feel this momentous occasion needs to be there we go. This momentous occasion needs to be screen capped. Okay, so normally, do they do splash damage? I don't think so. And without GATs. So, and without tanks. You have to have tanks in there. And my tanks, of course, are huge. But the way that I worked this comp was that I started off with 3 tanks. And I had just like a regular standard comp. I added the Gatling gunners in order to actually figure out the AI on the Gatling gunners. Then I started dropping some of the howitzers because I felt like my howitzers were actually dying at a pretty consistent rate. And I was running with 7. So I dropped down, to 4 howitzers. And I was like, well, let's replace those with bazookas and see how that goes. And since I've done this, let's just go through my attack history. I almost always end up with 5 stars. Whenever I go in, I end up with 5 stars. And I think that's kind of speaks for itself as far as the DPS. This guy didn't. Noblesse oblige. Yeah. So, I'm getting 100%. I'm having minimal losses, but almost every single attack is a 5-star attack. I don't know why some of those report that I only use 3 planes. Oh, I think I lost a plane somewhere in there. Wah, 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 wah. But yeah, I think the results kind of speak for themselves as far as the loot gained. And keep in mind that this is a looting comp. This is not a war comp. 7 tanks, 3 healers, and the rest all bazookas. We're pretty well. Yeah, it would, I think. The other reason I like bazookas is they're not target specific. So your howitzers are only going to attack buildings, right? And that's kind of a problem in my mind. I wanted a troop comp that would attack and defend itself if necessary. More tree farming with Christopher. All right, let's can we get this one little row down? Can we? Oh, come on now. Hurry up. I'm not waiting for you. That last war that we had in LOL was just brutal. We deterred like one of the new guys that just joined. He was all gung-ho, and then by the end of this war, he's like, I can't do this. it was bad. But we garnered a lot of and there's tons of people sitting out as a result. That kind of sucks. Let's see if a 15 works out better. We'll start that. Yep. All right, we were talking about you in regard to your heavy tank rating, or your tank rating rather, for your war comp. How do you feel it works for hitting up? Are you able to actually attack upward, or is it primarily a comp that only works if you're hitting kind of your mirror or below your mirror? That was kind of the question that I had, because I've tried using my tanks on some of these more well-designed bases. So I don't like the way that sounds. More well-designed. I've tried using my tank combo or going tank heavy against well-designed bases and had it fail hardcore. And that's, of course, just in the friendly challenges here, whereby with my howitzer heavy, I've been able to actually get, 4 stars, close to 5 stars. So the question that I pose to you is, how do you feel that works? Is it good? Is it bad? Am I doing it wrong? Because I'd like to have a comp that was, utilizing my French tanks, a war comp that is, that utilizes my French tanks. That always gets me. Things that flash, I'm always like, touch, touch, touch. Have you tried the latest? Do you guys want me to attack your bases? I can attack your bases. I can try it if you want. Let me know what you like. I'll give it a shot. I think if we go in there, we can and maybe there. Oh yeah. I don't typically recommend people going in on the corners, but we're gonna do it anyways. That's nice. Stop shooting my stuff, man. We're gonna let him run wild. See, and this is where GATs come in handy. Is that you'll notice that, like, look at the spread fire that these guys get when they get in there and they actually start shooting. Look at the number of guys that they have that are just falling. It thins the herd, so to speak. Right? And I'm just gonna let that spread go. I want to get rid of that and that. So that's suppression complemented with thinning the herd, and then of course your bazookas, you'll note, are in there. Oh shoot, I needed to get rid of that. Your bazookas are in there doing kind of the cleanup, so to speak. See, I wanted to... Oh shoot, that was bad. Burns. That was just like the worst rally ever. Ah, no, I've had worse. I have had worse. It's one of those ones where you go, do. Thank you. There we go. I want a GAT on a motorcycle. Hit it later, Chris. Since it's a war base, I wouldn't want people to have a reference to it, even if I'm just a wretched industrial. No, I agree. I hear you. I hear you. That's why I asked. Same time, if you are riding now and my base appear on the screen while I'm watching, that would be strange, wouldn't it? It'd be like, whoa, wait, what? That's my base. Just so I know, is your in-game name Leanne? Is that actually your in-game name? That's what I want to know. These are the questions I have. These are the things I want to know. Where am I? What am I doing? Okay. Oh, sorry. According to Jay, I need to... Yeah. The 10 plus tank works very well, but I hit higher bases on average with APC and FH. Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. You know, oops. That was bad. I totally just went in like healer first, complimented with... My frustration is if you rally, like if you drop your planes first like I did there, which is kind of a cheat, as I would refer to it as, you can't then use the speed drop. Not in the traditional sense where you go rally first, right? You guys can die. Thank you. Let's get a... Can everybody come up here? I just want to see some grouping a little bit better there. I don't like... See, and the thing is I like to keep my GATs and my bazookas in behind my tanks to operate or function more of like a cleanup crew. I don't like them going in ahead of my tanks in order to kill stuff or separating. Like for instance there. See, that's brutal. We should be able to... See, I'm not even comfortable sending my planes through that. That's a ton of planes, or a ton of towers there. We should be able to do that. So I usually rally everything toward where there isn't any, or there aren't any defenses, in order to allow my tanks to kind of wander off and do their thing and get that spread, because there isn't much separation, right? Melee versus 3 space, you're still going to catch some splash damage if it's there, but they're non-specific, they're non-target specific, thus to mean they will clean up, and they clean up very well. Like you've probably, hopefully you've been watching and paying a little bit of attention to see that almost every single time I am hitting that 50% quick victory. And would you look at that? I just got myself an elephant stable. I find that this event has been very good to me. Especially with my focus and being down below 600 medals. I think it's been great. And we still don't have a war, which is kind of confusing, but we've got 2 walls built so far. Medals are sitting at 594. Upload the second iteration of the same base, made with the help of fresh industrial adaptation of the 5 compartment atomic. Yeah, I seen that. Like he's insane as far as war base and base design. He does exceedingly well, and he sat in like such a high medal count for the longest time, and he did a lot of showcasing of his bases. And attacks on his bases, so it's kind of like the proofs in the pudding. I feel I love his bases. There's a very specific reason that he has his own channel on our server there, right? He's got some amazing concepts, amazing designs, but he doesn't. Not all of them are his per se, so don't misconstrue that. See, I think we can just go in there. Let's just get everybody to pop right in there. Hopefully my tanks will do what they're supposed to do. See, and there's a problem because my GATs are now in there taking some of the fire, and I don't like that. I was hoping that my GATs would kind of refocus or go in a different direction. We're going in a different direction. But they decided that wasn't for them. And now we've got a problem, I think. Or we're soon to have a problem. See, if we go over here, we should be able to get my heavy tanks to go ahead and take a nosedive into those defensive buildings while we focus on the town center. There we go. So that's kind of that separation that I was talking about there. And again, you know, towers and anti-tank guns. Towers and anti-tank guns. That's really it. The defenders of the forest have finally made their way in. I love your giant box base, buddy. It's working really well for you, I'm sure. See, we've lost a GAT. We've lost one Gatling gunner so far, which isn't too bad considering the AI on this, I don't think. I don't feel like that's atrocious. So, the base that's up now has the TC in one of the outer compartments. Second one has it centralized. Yeah, see, I'll be making an interesting base here in a few. I need to get some oil packages. I've just been opening them as I go because I agree with I agree with Lax. It's annoying to have 1,800 compartment or little oil things to open. I was not satisfied with that. So here's what I've done to actually maximize oil while trying to defend against those silly helicopters. I found that I've had to separate my SAM batteries on my oil base here. And not separate them. I want them to hit as soon as somebody makes a decision. And the fallacy is that it's a troop, right? I don't believe it's the same as dropping a plane. Because I was thinking about that, and I zoomed out and I took a look at my base, and I was like, okay, from there all the way up to there puts it kind of like center of the grid, so to speak. But for the most part, people were entering in from this side. But it's a troop, so you get to pick where you want to drop it, and then you rally, right? So, as a result, people were either coming in this direction or this direction, which I guess makes sense. So as a result, I've put my air defense kind of close to that. I've also put 2 machine gun towers right in the center there. So I've got a level 3 and a level 4 machine gun tower in there in order to actually feed them some beatings if they do actually make it in. The common denominator that I've seen is 2 people running in there with 2. Who's this guy? Thank you, Samurai. When was that? Well, that was like 9 hours ago. So yeah, there's buddy with 2, and they're going in and getting, 3,400 oil with a minimalistic army, or what I feel is a minimalistic army. So it's like a permanent night witch. I'm not entirely satisfied with that unless they jack up. If they were to increase the damage from the SAM batteries or decrease those things' hit points such that 1 SAM battery could take it out, that's what you'd have to see. I would want to see that 1 maxed out SAM battery would be able to crank those things. And maybe it does. Maybe I'm just short on some Amelia research. Maybe that's what, yeah, I think that's what I need to do. 2.1 million. So let's do that. I can get 1 more raid in here, and then we can go ahead and get that. 50 tanks of oil stacked all over my base. I did. Superior design, I believe. Absolutely, Jay. They come highly recommended. If you're thinking about doing something different with your base as far as having several boxes, don't do it. Don't do it. The giant box base is the way to go. Everybody has one, and it's the new thing. So don't. Just don't. Stick with the norm. Everybody, everybody's doing it. What did I kill? Oh, I killed the cat. That's right. I always call them GATs. They're not GATs, they're machine guns. MGs. My defense against tactical tactical helicopters is to stay online permanently. Sitting on 182k oil right now. Need 48. Oh, that is insane. That is a ton of oil. I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm glad that I'm not there. I feel that's why I think that something needs to be done about it, because I do the same as you when I get really, really high, but sometimes it takes me months to get up to that 200k range because I just simply don't have the time. I come home at the end of the day and I've lost like 36k oil. It's like, perfect, right? And I'm sure there's other people like me. I'm not the only one. All right. So here's the deal. I am going to take a break after I get this university research started. I think I'm going to have to raid or continue to raid. Are we in war? We are in war. Let's see. So the itinerary is I'm going to loot enough to actually get that university going. Courier 5 stars. Brutal. Sorry about your luck, bro. Your first mistake was asking Velveeta to attack you. Your second mistake was asking Velveeta to attack you. Your third mistake was asking Velveeta to attack you. Who do you think you were asking to attack you? Me? Where are we going? I should be able to get him to come in from the right there. And then we can get those ones to come in from the bottom, I believe. Where are you guys going? Oof, that's a problem. There was just too many of those. Oh no, don't kill that plane. Don't kill that plane, please. Please, please. Okay. Come on, you guys. Let's just quit mucking about here. Run down here. Just quickly. Just quickly. It won't take but a minute. Thank you. I'd rather not see everything die. This guy's a global 139. Stop it. I realized that looked like it was wasted. Well, it probably was wasted. I don't care. Whatever. There's the 50% quick victory, like I was saying. I think we're pretty much wrapped up. This base has annoyed me. Congratulations. I am annoyed by your base. Romans have fairly weak troops, but I'm still going to kill them with my planes anyways. Bit of a speed rally there. Complete destruction. There. Currently. Yeah, that was potentially a wasted sabotage. I don't care. Sometimes I pick the oil over the food. It's just the way it goes. So we should be able to, yeah, retrain that beast. Let's go ahead and get some of these things going. What do we got? 22? Yeah, see, that's good. 22, 22, 17. Do we have all of our blessings? Armor, weapon, animal, loot, storage. Sometimes I do... yeah, we'll do the storage, just because I can't be complaining about being looted if I'm not actually taking every precaution in order to actually do that. If you're Korean and you get that storage blessing, obviously you've got a huge advantage. If you're trying to save oil, get that storage blessing, because it gives you a return when you get raided. So, and don't collect on it right away. Only collect on it when you actually need it. So you get that, and then if somebody raids you, then you get a return on the amount of oil that they stole. And I think it's like 5 or 10%. It's not a huge amount, but it is some. University research. Let's get that sand battery damage up as high as we can. It only takes 8 hours, so I'm not extremely concerned about that. I am going to go ahead and take a break here because I've got to fire said daughter off to bed here. But before we do that, last but not least, let's check out who we're against in war. We've got a 15 versus 15 going on here. Only Christopher is in war. So, War Clan Glory. So apparently they think we should win. I'm ranked 2nd. That's kind of scary. Dominic is a global. That's my mirror. By default, I always just look at my mirror to see what we're looking at. Would this current one defend better if it was actually matched industrial, not pseudo-industrial? Okay, so this guy's got a little little Forbidden City base. And he looks to have almost everything fairly well upgraded, but the problem with this is that 50% quick victory is a gimme. Like, it's right there. You don't even have to really, it's a no-brainer. All of his high hit point buildings are down there. I hope he changes it before. I'd like to see him change it, because that's not a bad layout, short that. The other problem that I forecast with this base for this gentleman is obviously there's the potential to sabotage like 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings there, and I would say, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So we can go sab there, rally right in there. You can't even see my touches. Anyways, that's the point. When we come back, I will be doing a war base. I'm going to go ahead and build a war base, a new war base for my little gunpowder account. So stay tuned, and I will be right back after these messages. No, it's not banner time. Should it be banner time? Who is that? Did I hear somebody? Oh, it's Pete. Hey, Pete, how are you? What's going on, man? Where you been? Out and about, killing it. Doing like I do? Is that what you're saying? Stop that. Stop that. Sorry, I'm trying to get the stream back up. Big, huge games. DomiNations. Let's fix your audio. So what's new? Tell us a story.
Me? So I don't know. Like that's the story. That's it.
You don't know?
No, I just.
Oh, I've missed you, man.
Been I'm gonna be here for the weekend, and then I'm leaving for Jacksonville. I think probably mid next week. I don't know when exactly though, because my dad's either gonna drive me down, or I'm taking a bus, and my dad's shipping everything down. But he's highly considered driving me down because it would just save on so much money, you know, on shipping everything and everything like that. So, but he's gonna pass it through mom, and she hurt her foot. Actually, broke her foot in like 2 places, like in like a month ago. So, if you know he's gonna be gone for like a day or two, you know, it's kind of a problem.
There you go.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So. We have a special guest.
Ooh, yay.
Let's see. So we got to go over here and we fix this. Go properties, and we can go configure video. And we're going to move this down. There we go. And say, we go okay. And then, and you're down here. Oh, you're eating an apple. Okay. Here, she gets some earphones too. Say hi, Lax.
Hi, Lex.
There you go.
Hello.
So if you're talking to the people,
Hi.
you look there. If you want to see how many people are watching, that's right here. I'll just pull this over here. There you go. So you're live and you've got there's 16 people watching.
So I'm so glad that I
just crashed while I was attacking right after.
I think you should take this. I don't think he wants to listen to me chewing.
Are you sure he doesn't want to listen to you chewing? Mm-hmm. I listen to him burning potatoes.
Oh yeah, it happens every day. Yeah. Really bad because the potatoes treat me like Hitler. They really hate me. Oh, that's a really bad joke. Sorry.
Courier just lost all 3 planes and 2 heavy tanks. Boo.
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you. That's
horrible, Courier. What are you doing?
That rage in chat.
That was a rage. That was a rage in chat. That was like I'm smashing my touchscreen keyboard.
The bad thing is that I've been in Atomic in like, I don't know, maybe 3 days now. I've lost the whole army probably 3 times now because I kept taking on bases that were way too high for me to take, and I thought I could take them.
Did you crown
So,
anything?
like, I feel it.
Go attack.
I crowned 3 armies worth, which is like 50 crowns each. So, like, yeah, this is, you know, but once you find the groove, you find the groove. Yeah.
My daughter's going to attack. Let's walk her through this.
Let's walk her through it, yeah.
Okay.
So
what we're looking for, you can go next match. So what we look for is right up here. This is actually a decent base to attack. So what you've got to do is you've got your troops down at the bottom here and what's called the heads up display. You want to select your tanks. Mm-hmm. So touch on your tanks and then go ahead and drop them anywhere that's dark green rather than light green.
So we're going for a quick victory, I'm guessing?
You don't really need to focus on the quick victory. Just go ahead and drop them.
Okay.
And just hold down your finger. Okay, and now you can select a different troop. I would go with your Gatling gunners.
Yeah.
Go ahead and drop those guys down. I would drop them down in the same spot as you dropped your heavy tanks, because you want them to go in behind those guys. Did they go down? Yeah. Now select, I would say your bazookas. I would go with bazookas are down at the end. You got 3 of those bad boys. Drop them in the same spot. Very good. And then your howitzers, which are the ones on wheels, the giant cannon things on wheels. Drop those right behind the bazookas. And then you're going to drop your supply trucks. So drop all 3 of those right there. Very good. And now you've got some planes. You can use your planes wherever you like. They'll come in from a various direction in order to kill stuff. Now it usually takes like 2 or 3 runs from a plane. That's called a strafe run, when it goes in and it attacks and then it turns around and attacks on the way back out.
Yep.
That's called a strafe run. So you get 2 strafe runs.
Put one over in that corner and 2 over.
Okay.
I still have 3. What the heck? How many planes do you have?
Oh, there's 4. I've got 4 planes in total. So you can actually throw out 4 planes at the same time. So you didn't manage to get the quick victory, but that's all right. We weren't aiming for the quick victory, right?
Right. What about our infantry?
The infantry, I would just save those usually. What I would do now is you grab your plane, and I would kill that little shooter tower. I dropped 3 planes on the shooter tower. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 4. That's all right.
Sorry.
And no, it's all right. It's all good. You're doing very well. That's a wonderful attack. And then I would use another 3 planes, or 2 planes even, for this one on the corner there. There you go. Oh, and I would use 1 plane to kill those guys that are coming towards your howitzer. There you go. 100%. You did very well. So you walked away with a lot of stuff.
I walked away with all of his money.
All of his stuffs. That's good. And minimal losses. You didn't lose any planes. You did lose your Gatling gunners and 2 of your bazookas. So that's all right, though. That's very good. Well done. Leanne's commented and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe she attacked better than what I can do." Way to go.
Chris, do you think she looks more like you or Marla?
Do I think? I don't know. The verdict's out.
I think she looks like more like you, but I don't
Do you
know.
think? What do you think, Ryan? Do you look more like me or like Mum?
I don't know.
I think you've got my nose.
Yeah, I know you've got your nose.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for that. Goes from a wall 10 to 14 quickly. We'll know why. It's because I trained my daughter to start playing and attacking, and she does better than I do.
Really?
Not really, but I think you would pick it up very quickly if you were actually interested. Believe it or not, my daughter is a Town Hall 4 in Clash of Clans, and she has her own alliance or clan with her friends.
I don't really go on it much. Though.
She doesn't play that much, but very good.
My friend does, though.
Which one?
I don't want to say
Girl or
her
a
name.
guy?
Girl.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm kicking you off to bed. Go ditch the apple, brush your teeth, and run away. You're going to have to save your sucker for tomorrow. I'm sorry. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lollipop. Yeah. Brush your teeth too, please, sweetheart. I love you.
I love you.
Say bye, Lax.
Bye.
Say bye, Pete. Travel safe.
Bye. Travel safe.
I heard it. Thanks.
All
What
right.
have you been up to the last few days?
Swimming. We went swimming today, and yesterday, and the day before, and Mac Marla 2.0 was made. I think I've quite often thought that I would give Mac Marla 2.0 to Ryan and let her attack.
Mm-hmm.
Should we fix the? You guys want to stare at just half of my face? Enjoy that. Savor it. You don't need to stare at my basement. There we go. That's better. All right, Leanne, have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. I'll give you some feedback on your base in a little bit here. I don't want to do it on live stream though, because I think that would be mean. I'll do it. I'll give it to you on the server. So you're here for the weekend, and your dad is considering giving you a lift just as far as cost savings.
Yeah, he's just like, because we were talking, and he's just like, we were talking about like different buses I could take, and he's like, you could take this bus and then Uber to the bus station, and then take this other bus. And we did the trip. It's like $60, or the one trip, one-way trip would take like 140. So he's like, you're saving money there. And I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. He's like, or I could just drive you down there, and it'll cost me like $70-80. You just pay me like that. I'm like,
but as well, you've got, if he's giving you a lift down there, you've also have to take into consideration like all the stuff you would normally have to ship would just be coming with you, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And so I said, well, that'd be
sweet. If he's willing to do that, then that'd be fantastic.
Like, yeah.
All right.
At this point, yeah.
Lax will attest to this. Having a secondary account, once you've actually started and been established and whatnot, allows you to not make the same mistakes and to do some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
As far as how you clear your base out, what you decide to upgrade. Some people decide to go extremely rushed and don't actually upgrade their walls or their roads or their roads or their farms or anything. So you end up with an extremely kind of off-balance account, but it's very easy to tell who has tenure in the game based on how you build your base and based on how you clear your forests. So with that in mind, we are going to go ahead and muck around with which one should we play with, Lax? I think active. That one's an old one. Now, normally I don't. See, in the past, I've always told people don't build your war base as your home base. Or don't build your war base in your war base. And the reason for that is because you weren't able to gauge how well it performed. But that, of course, has changed. That has changed on the basis that there's friendly challenges now.
Yep.
So you'll note that I've got two kind of forest clearings on either side here. And that is with the intention of dropping my Forbidden City in one, dropping my town center in another, and then we're going to work it that way. So if you note here, you cannot drop there without actually dropping your sabotage. And the point being, I want to see people wasting their sabotage. That is the goal. It's nice seeing all of those level 9 walls. 115 level 9 walls. Sweet. Now, I don't know. We're going to throw this together. And are you in there, Lax? Are you still in boot camp?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. What have you been up to past couple of days? Work, and more work?
Not as much work, just kind of like enjoying, like, since I'm leaving the area, I'm actually going out and just like walking around going, I'm going to miss this and this and this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, see, I wish I had Versailles at this point, to be honest with you. I think Versailles would probably go splendidly with this kind of a design. Is there a lot that you think you're going to miss, or is it...
I don't think there's anything I'm going to miss, honestly. I just think the only thing I'm going to miss is the fact that it's a quiet place that I'm very comfortable in life. Just I'm stuck because I'm comfortable here. I think once I get to the city, I'm going to get attached to the city because it's like I love the city deep down inside. And I'm just going to enjoy it. And it's going to be really, like, it's going to take me a few weeks, but I'll be like, dude, this is where I want to be. So, yeah. And my uncle's like, he's offered to like help me out with everything up front. I can stay at his house. Literally, he has not set a timetable, but we've discussed like future plans, and he's open to me staying there a lot longer than I think. So
okay,
it's actually, yeah, it's crazy. So
well, that's great though.
Yeah.
That'll work out very well for you. I'm excited, man. I'm super excited for you. I think that's a great opportunity for you.
He's looking at trying to get me hired at his company that he works for, because it's like.
Good night, sweetie. All right, off you go. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. There's a stick bug in the hallway, by the way.
Ah, well, leave him be.
Yep.
Oh, he's so cute.
We'll have a stick farm.
A mosquito. There's a mosquito. I don't know what it is right now.
I love you.
Love you.
So you're apt to have a job, is what you're saying?
So yeah, I'm like, so like near where he lives, like down this, like the road, maybe like 2-3 houses like worth of land over, there is a gas station and there's like a Dunkin' Donuts. Like ideally, it's not the place to work, but he said like if you need a side job, if you needed something that like extra, they're always hiring. And then he said you can also get a job at my company, but the thing is you have to be prepared to work hard and work a lot. So meaning like he works fixing aircraft, and so they get their own hangars or like their own planes. And so what happens is like I would be starting off like on the bottom tier with the cleaning crew, and then when I get like a degree and like actually learn how to do that stuff, they would jack me up to that. But he says the beginning positions actually pay decently, but it's mostly like the worst part about it is just the hours. Like they call you in, you work 7 hours a day sometimes you won't. So it's kind of, I don't know, different. But he said that way you and I can go to the work. Like he said, sometimes you might be required to work overnight. You might be required to like work whatever, but it's just like it's good money and it's good experience and it's different. And I think it's the kind of job that I would want because it's just stable.
Well, that sounds good, man. That sounds super.
It's going to be hard, but I think it'll be good because it'll be stable, and I can develop something into that company. I feel like the hardest part for me about jobs in general, I feel like a lot of people have this problem, is like you go to a job and like you work it and then like you get good at something, and instead of staying with that job, you get moved to another job and you start off at a better like position where you have to relearn things again. I don't like that. I would rather just go to one company, and it's not going to be like that. It's life, but just go to one company and get good at it, get like master what I'm doing, and just climb up the ladder and do that.
Stick around.
That's just a dream, though. That's not going to happen everywhere you go. Because it's like maybe you need to go to like McDonald's, learn how to deal with a team, become a manager, learn how to deal with people, and then you can go work for like another company. And then like your fourth job is working for Microsoft, where you're working with a team or leading a team. But it all starts because you have to like work at McDonald's and like learn the basics,
Yeah.
So working with this company, I feel like I could just go and do a few things and then like eventually get to his level after like an education and be like a mechanic and just like, I don't know, he's probably making like close to 6 figures. So it's the crazy part. He's traveling every weekend, and no joke, every single weekend he's somewhere. Like last weekend he was in Cuba. The weekend before that he was in Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
It's just, he's traveling a lot, and he's got like, money and like able to let me to stay at this place. Like he's very, very well off because of this job. Like it's crazy.
Well, that's fantastic. That's a superb opportunity, Lax. I'm super excited for you. I think trying new things and having the opportunity to do that, especially with the help of family, is a wonderful thing. Yeah, that's so cool. And from what I garner of the entire move is that everybody's extremely supportive on your end of things, right? Right. He's all quiet. Well, not everybody. Is there anybody that's opposed to it? That's saying, well, you shouldn't do it? No, he's quiet. You got a phone call. Okay. Now, the deal here is if anybody wants to actually come and attack this base, then when I'm done, let me know. A Thompson original. We hope, anyways. What do we want to do there? I feel that somehow we should I'm not even going to worry about that just yet. We're just going to go with these bad boys. And what are we going to have to do here? I feel like we're going to have to do something like that.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to use the bathroom.
That's all right. So I was saying, it sounds to me as though you've got a tremendous amount of support.
Yeah, everyone's extremely stupid, especially my dad. Like, once I told him, he was just like, all right, what am I doing? What do you need from me? I was like, I have a desk and a loft that I need to get rid of. He's like, so let's sell both. I was like, well, I told you you could have the desk when I bought it 2 years ago, so I'm going to give it to you free of charge because that's what I told you. Whether you remember that or not, that's what I told you. The loft, we can just throw that out. And he's just like, well, to give me the specs of the loft. So he takes the loft and he's like, sitting there and he's just like, you know, I could use this in like storage because he runs an eBay business at like a storage place, just to hold stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. Yours. You can do whatever you want with it. And then the desk, he's gonna use it for that to make it his like main desk.
Okay.
And then since there's an IKEA down there, and I saw where the IKEA is, it's pretty close to the house. I can just like go over there and like buy myself a new desk. So
cool.
Yeah. I'm going to probably buy one of the stand-up ones so I can just stand up in game because I've always wanted to do that, but they're so expensive. Jeez. They
are. Actually, I investigated or looked into building my own.
Because I did too.
They're that expensive that I was like, would it be cheaper too? And it wasn't.
You can get this, it's the company that makes TV, Vizio, I think, but it's like Vivio with a V. So it's like this company that they make these like I think they make the TVs too, but they make this stand for like up to us and it's got a crank, and you just got to provide your own like top. So I went online and what I looked at was like those like restaurant tops they use for like tables at a restaurant because this like the top of it is really smooth and you can just run a mouse on it. So I looked to get one of those, but then when I like went to put it all together, it was like $250, right? But then you had to cut like to drill your own holes in it. And I was just like, wait, what if I screwed that up? So I was just like, you know what? Screw this. I'm not doing that.
Not gonna happen.
I was like, I'm sure there's a way to figure out, and I'm sure it doesn't take like a rocket scientist to figure this out, but
it's not rocket surgery.
What if I do screw this up, you know? That's like a tabletop I'm out of. That's like $60 or whatever. So I don't know. I had a moment of concern. Okay, so that you saw that Liam Neeson like honest trailer. I don't even understand that. Like that didn't seem like an honest trailer. That seemed like they tried to make it happen and it failed. Like I get the whole point of honest trailers, but it didn't seem like a very good honest trailer.
It did seem kind of crappy, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
I was like, okay. Oh, this is what everybody's been talking about as far as failure to have bases that you can edit.
Jeez, I have lost 25k oil overnight. Jeez.
25k oil.
Yeah, I got hit by a lot of people. What happened is I was sitting at 210k last night, and I'm at 180 right now. Because I just don't know what this like. I have like okay when I upgraded to Atomic, I had like everything. Everyone was busy, but they had like 2 or 3 days to work on stuff, right? And so now that everyone's like out, it sucks because I realized wait, I had to upgrade the oil refinery before I could make any like oil changes. Oh, this sucks. I didn't think about that. So yeah, now I'm getting raided left and right. And like my base, I got the walls, the extra walls and gates all the way up to level 12 now, which is like good, but like I don't know what to do with this oil, so I just let people raid it. Like I don't, you know, I left last night at 500 metals. I got raided up to 1100. That's like, you know, like that's 30k, like, and you know, that's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm working on Christopher to get 140 to upgrade my MGs, which will hopefully happen soon. Now, let's see. I'm not sure how well this is going to work. My problem is that I always look at my base being gunpowder, and I'm like, I need more road, or I need more walls, right?
But it's crazy because like I was trying to rate at like 800 metals, and something that Atomic had just taught me is more patience, because I thought I would just find like in industrial or global, you find a base like almost instantly. Like it's like that's how my walls were able to get upgraded so quickly, is because you find bases very quickly. And in here, you have to be very careful about the ones you handpick and hit. And so if you do that, you can hit a decent amount at every hour, but you have to be patient, and I had to relearn that.
What?
Yeah.
When I upgraded Koner, I had no problem. I mean, I dropped in. I think I did it in like 4 hours. I don't even know how much I did. It was an insane amount, though, right?
Yeah, the first few days, the first few days in like 4 hours of raiding, I got only like 28 million resources, and I was like, that is so slow. That is so slow. And so I was like starting to feel it, and I was like,
is this going to work? How am I supposed to do this? Yeah.
Yeah. So I started dropping to 400. 400, it's like, I feel like 400 to 800 is hit or miss for me. It was hit or miss. And then I started logging, because I was logging on during the day, so I started logging on at night, and that's when all the bases came out. And I was like, oh, is this like a night or day kind of thing? Like, do you have to be on at night? I don't know.
Possibly. Who knows? Okay.
Like last night and the night before that, I logged in, and I was just seeing all even at 800 metals, just seeing like crappy bases, and I'm like, oh, I don't understand what's going on, but okay, that's cool.
What do we think? Are you going to be able to hit this? Who's going to want to hit this? I have a sneaking suspicion that nobody's going to want a piece of this. I'll tell you what, let's make that. Should we make that suck even harder? I think so. Yes, let's make that suck really hard.
Yes, suck it really hard. Yep.
I don't like the positioning of that though, and I want those in range there.
So here's the worst news, right? So Global Forces puts me in for war, right? Jag and Mag are like, please, Lax, come to war with us before you leave. And I'm like, all right, I'll do war or whatever. And so then they took like 2 or 3 days before starting a war, and I was like, this is getting a little bit. Okay, we'll do one. Guess who we get matched up against? I'm so angry because I'm gonna fail my attack. I know it's gonna happen.
PT.
D50.
Who's D50?
They're like one of the high Korean team. I think they're top 10. Right, so like I'm sure the other guys can hit, but they put I was number 16 on the roster because they had other people in, but I'm hitting they wanted me to hit their number 12. So look at their number 12, and it's like, if I was a tiny fish, I would do the line attack strat and destroy number 12. All right, but since I'm not a tiny fish and I don't do that like line strat, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do. I'm probably gonna do it because I have a level 6 American coalition now, so I'm probably gonna hit him with heavy tanks, like guaranteed. But it's still gonna be like really bad because I don't think I'm gonna do it that well, you know.
I'm sure you'll do fine. I have faith.
Yeah.
I have faith.
Yeah. I'll record it and then issue it for America's Home Video so people can make fun of it online.
Where do we want that last one?
So you're making a new war base? Yep.
Yeah. We're going to make a new war base and we're going to throw it out and hopefully get some feedback from all of you folks. I think. Who knows? Maybe just the spread alone will really screw with people.
So I came back on Mrs. Lax the other day to check in on her, and 3 of the new forests I had started are almost done.
Nice.
So I had to find more time to clear the other forests. But dude, this base, it's like grab a guy with thick hair and just cut some of it off, and you're like, whoa, that's a huge difference. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
So you can probably do a whole lot more with it.
Yeah, and so then we're gonna start working on the buildings hardcore. I need all the buildings maxed out. So yeah, I miss hitting bases like that down there. I really just do. I can't play on that account and then play on this account. It's just too big of a difference.
What do we want to do? That's my entire frustration there. Like, what do you want to do there? I need more walls.
I can lend you a few. Yeah,
Yeah, just throw a few walls my way if you would. Let's just get that done.
Just a few level 14 walls, no big deal. It's a gunpowder A space. I'll get through it.
Oh yeah, not a problem.
I'll get through it. Yeah, planes. I can just plane the walls, you know.
Where do we want to go? We can go there. This isn't going to be the best as far as setting a good example for how to properly utilize some of these things, but this base is, I feel, is a little bit beyond that, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Anyways, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just being an idiot. Now we want that one back. Okay. Now we've got to pick a spot that's going to force people to actually come in there. Let's fill in some of these holes.
Just put an enter here sign. They'll definitely go through that, you know. Oh, it says enter here. Oh, okay. All the traps are there. Careful mines. Oh, let's walk over that. Sounds like a great idea.
That's actually a really good idea. Should I just spell it out with my roads?
Yeah, caution, landmines. Please walk here.
Okay.
You know how dumb the AI is? Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. So, Chris, it's really funny because I'm actually been watching some of the Korean attackers, like attacks other people's.
Okay.
You heard about that attack helicopter, right?
Oh yeah, who hasn't heard about the attack helicopter?
Okay. So I'm pretty sure what Big Huge Games is going to do is they're going to see what everyone's doing, and they're probably going to hit the healing aspect of it very hard. Because what people are doing in World Wars right now is they're using the attack helicopter as a substitute for the healing cart, because it's got 4,500 hit points, so it does not go down very easy, and it provides 85 healing points, which is more than the healer does. So right now, that is the best healer ever. It does cost 12 unit troop space, right? And a healer costs 7, so it's almost double. But it is just like ridiculously good.
Just so tanky, tanky, and it also does But does it heal itself?
I don't know if it heals itself. I don't know. I know it heals. Yeah. It's really good because it flies over walls. So your healers will walk around or stuff. It flies in the air. So the only thing it's gonna get hit by, honestly, is like a sand battery at that point, which it can tank probably 2 or 3 max ones. And then the other thing is it's just so mobile. It's so good. I saw a Korean attacker use 3 of them, and it's just 36 troop space to heal your troops. Are you sure that's worth it? I mean, I guess wow, you just destroyed that guy. Holy crap! It's so good.
That's funny. Okay, I'm not sure I like the utilization of that. What do I do there? We can suck those in. What do we do there, Lex? We need to provide it with, no, see, that's not going to work. We need something with a little bit more hit points. Just a few more.
Just a few more.
Just a few more. We want to entice them. Now, even though...
Yep.
Do we want that general popping, or do we want... No, let's do it that way. Now, ancient statue. Ancient statue. We've got 1 ambush trap we can set right there. Now let's see. Last but not least.
Last but not least at all. The other thing that's really funny is that I've been stressing finding a good base for multiplayer. And it's funny because I just told myself the other day, just click next until you find a really nice base and just copy it.
And that's what you did?
No, yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I've just been taking snapshots of like, oh, that looks like a really tough base. I don't really want to think about how it 5-star, even though because if I thought about it, I could probably find the weaknesses in it, but I don't really want to care about that. It looks good. We're just gonna take it and run with it. Like,
that's funny.
So it's like,
so. We can be a real prick. Yeah, let's do that. Where's Arya? Is Arya even watching? Oh! We'll talk to you later, Amin. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Sorry, kind of boring watching people build war bases or build bases, but you know.
Arya there?
Didn't miss a beat.
Oh.
Okay. Let's let this catch up, and I want to see if you have any suggestions. I have a feeling that this is going to suck. I don't think... Yeah, I want to see. What are we thinking?
You've got mail?
Somebody's streaming.
Nice. You know what you could do, Chris?
What's that?
This is some fine piece of advice. This is what I would recommend you do. Okay, you should literally put the town center literally in the forest. Just hide it. Same thing with the town, the fucking city. Just hide it in there, and that way, like the troops, they'll get like a 4-star or whatever at the end, right? Or a 3-star. And they go find your town center, and they see their AI just walk through the woods, and you're like, wait, why is this here? And then the howitzers come out and kill them. And that's what you do, right?
Bombard for war. I don't think she needs a bombard for war, but we'll hook her up. V, are you going to come at me? Please tell me. So, I wish you could donate to yourself. Wow.
That'd be great.
You think so?
That'd be cool.
I'm not sure. I'm thinking about that, and I'm like...
Having a one-man alliance, you don't need anybody else. Just by yourself.
Would that work? Yeah, because there'd be too many people that were like one-man alliances. I don't think that would be very beneficial. Where's Arya?
So in the current war, they're like, run all 3 offensive coalitions. The only time you run a defensive coalition is if you feel you can 5-star your like mirror without it. I'm like, dude, my mirror has almost all max buildings. I don't think I'm gonna run any defensive coalitions. Like no, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean that's sage advice if you ask me. Look at this matchup. In boot camp, we've had like 3-4 of these, I think. Where the enemy is global, industrial, enlightened, and then they drop down to gunpowder. We are gunpowder, right? So you can imagine how that looks, right?
You know, just sending a message, you know.
And then of course, how insulting is that they're number 5 could only get 3 stars on me? I just feel like I should be going over there being like, what are you guys doing?
You know, he used like 4, like elephant archer cards. You know, he did.
Okay. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. 4
elephant archers against my base? I don't think so. That's all you would need. You wouldn't have to drop anything else on my base.
It's the ballistas. They couldn't deal with the ballistas, so they died. You know.
That's right. That's right. Now, is it blessings or is it's NTGs? You got to actually get your war coalitions up, right? For the challenges.
If it's like a multiplayer base, its blessings will work. If it's a war-based coalitions will work. Even though it's glitched, it'll work.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's visually glitched right now. It's really annoying.
So I would have to. I've got to drop metals. I've got to spend some serious time dropping metals on this one.
895 for gunpowder. Yeah, seems a little bit high.
It's exceedingly high. We're not going to go with my top. Actually, you know what? Let's go with. I'm gonna go with Cleo just because she's super fat. Wow, she's not super fat. Super fast, I should say.
You hear that, Cleo? You're stout.
That's PHAT. Don't be offended.
You're pretty stout there, Cleo. You should probably do something about that. Get you a membership at the gym, but I don't know how you feel about that.
So there was a guy, I don't know when it was. I think it was like back in the 90s that made a mint by advertising in all of the major Canadian cities newspapers that he had a 100% foolproof way to eliminate your mosquito problem.
Oh, God.
And it was a newspaper ad. The guy pulled it out and it was like $15, mail $15 to this address and we'll ship you the solution. So, without hesitation, this guy all of a sudden getting all these orders and made, millions. Is it my little one?
Okay, so he makes millions.
So, but he ends up making millions, and then sure enough, he gets taken to court, and they want to take him to court for false advertising. Well, what he was shipping these people was a block of wood and a nail, with a note attached to the block that said it's the female mosquito is the only one that bites, or the male mosquito. Anyways, the instructions were to place the mosquito on the block of wood and kill it with a nail and a hammer.
Wow.
He got away with it though, right? The point being that it is a foolproof way to eliminate your mosquito problems, right?
Yeah.
Just because it's not a very efficient way, doesn't mean that it's not a foolproof way to do that. Because I thought it was a hoot. Hey, Clint, what's going on, buddy? I'm just waiting for V. Or do we even have Lax? Did you say you were in here or no?
Yeah, I was gonna hit it, but I'm industrial. Like, it's gonna be a no-brainer. I actually challenged myself to hit one of the other guys' bases, like another gunpowder. I was like, all right, you can only hit this with like 1 tank, 5 rifles, and like 1 howitzer. And then I did that. I was like, all right, 1 tank, 5 rifles. That's it. That's harder than you think.
All right, let's do that. I'm gonna call you on Skype. Let's see. Maybe.
Me. Call me on Skype.
Yeah. Where is Skype? Skype. There it is.
The other thing is I looked at the foreign domination servers, like forums, I guess, and I was trying to find out like what people thought about running heavy tanks, APCs, and then running them with called the transport. Because I finally got mine. Because I finally got mine at MP6. I was like, all right, I can start using it. I think it'll be good. I just wonder what people think. A lot of people believe on that for wars. They say that the biggest thing is when the heavy tank runs over an anti-tank or like a landmine, especially like a max one. Or like an anti-tank gun just hits it once, it's like it just does so much damage. So a lot of people, to alleviate that problem, will run APCs or transporters in war, and like just
okay.
I'm like, that's actually really smart. It's not bad actually.
Clint says Lax doesn't even say hi. Typical.
Yeah,
and I don't. And I had to mute you because you got to mute your Skype call.
Do I really? Oh, should I do? Say that.
There we go.
Okay.
Is that better? That's better. Now, Monsieur Lax.
There we go. My life is muted.
Oh, see, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh, see, mine died, so that's good. We can throw it over to you.
Hey, Clint, how am I gonna get home? Like the house is pretty full over there. How's that gonna happen? It's getting kicked out. I just noticed that today. I was like, wait. I actually noticed it when I like left. I was like, wait, like it filled up quick. I was like, wait, who's getting kicked out? That no one's getting kicked out. Okay,
Nobody's getting kicked out.
No,
it's just gonna be you.
Out. I'm just gonna be stranded. Yeah.
Hey, National Trade Goods. Now let's. I think Velveeta said she was training some troops. Do you have any howitzers or anything?
Yeah, I should have a few things available. Give me a second. I finally found some really good bases to hit. I haven't played this game in like
a few days,
a day and a half maybe. So yeah, I took a break just to kind of like let myself like, you know, refresh and not be so angry of having to crown armies every 5 hits. God.
PT survived challenge. What do you mean? I don't understand what that means. What's PT?
What does that mean? What is PT? What is that?
Lax, the alliance doesn't stop because you go traveling.
Yeah. Yeah.
In other words, let me just take a giant sledgehammer to that high horse of yours.
Yeah.
He's bribable, he says.
I don't know about that, man. I finally went atomic like you asked me to, so like I feel like that deserves something, but I didn't do it with the clan. I did it on my own. Because I felt like people would be like all Google Gaga, like grab my face and go, "Oh, that's so cute. You chose to go atomic. Oh, Lax, come here, hug it out." It's like, okay. So I decided to just, you know, do it over here.
Survivor Island. Clint says he's bribable like Survivor Island.
I don't even know what that.
Mr. G. Jalvez says, oh, MK5 is awesome. Watched a video today.
No, yeah, I've actually looked at everything. I'm telling you that when I get those, like, I think I'm going to go rush MK4s first, and then what I'm doing is I'm swapping to Roman so I can use 7 of them. Because I feel like my raids would go way faster, or like at least hit on part of what I was doing before with 7 heavy tanks. I feel like it would just be a slaughter. So I'm gonna do
that. Sledgehammer.
Can I come chill on voice? No,
absolutely. Absolutely. You're always welcome. You don't even have to ask permission, Clint. Just come
when I go traveling, Clint can't come on voice. That's
you're such a jack. No, you don't even need to ask, Clint. You can jump in anytime, buddy.
You don't have to ask. You have to beg. That's not how that works.
He's gonna come give you a what for?
Yeah, he's gonna give you.
He's gonna like you're gonna get it. He's gonna strut in the room and feed you one.
Oh jeez. So now I understand. Like I think when I talked to Miro way back in the day, she was saying that she hit the baby 160s. 160. The other day I found a 140. Right, that is a very rare occasion. You're gonna find 160s a lot. And so like now I understand what that means when she says that. But yeah, the baby, like the bases that you're gonna find like that are like 160s. Yeah. And some of them, like the ones I hit, it's really funny. A lot of them have like the sand batteries already popped. You just look and you're like, oh, that's global age 160. You should have 2. You know. There you go. That's Clint being respectful.
He's pretty much Canadian.
Yeah,
he's pretty much Canadian.
His T-shirt said, "Please pour maple syrup on me," and people did. So imagine being a sticky mess for like a whole week. An expensive sticky mess. You told me that stuff's not cheap, right?
No.
It's like wearing a Gucci Mane watch, except it's syrup all over your face. So you're literally wearing like a whole household income worth of syrup on your face. Like it's it's a lifestyle. It's lavish.
Lavish. Okay, where are we going here?
Anymore, but it's cool. I think Clint got lost. I think he got lost when he was just like, all right, computer, how do I get into Discord? I'm lost. How do I do this?
There we go. Let's see. Why am I waiting for troops still? Oh, you guys.
Wait, if Clint said that he can be bribed, is that him like asking in a nice way that he wants me to give him something? How does that work? It's not like saying you owe me something. It's like saying I'm bribable, so think of something to give me, and it's just like
that's right.
It's it's like the polite way of saying you need to give me something before I let you in, and it's just like
what can I give you?
Hey,
you're not in here. Oh no, there you are, Mrs. Lax.
If your name was Rasputin, I could probably give you my soul, but your name's not Rasputin, so that's how that works, right?
Okay. V got me. I think that's all I need. Bombard.
Anybody get that Anastasia reference? No. I think Chris got it.
What, Rasputin?
Yeah, from Anastasia, and like the one person gives her soul, or he gives him soul to the devil, something like that. I forget what it was.
That's not really an Anastasia reference. That's more like a history reference, right?
Well, like, so specifically in the movie, I think Rasputin himself gave his soul to the devil. So it's kind of like
in like the Disney
cartoon,
the Disney movie. That's how that kind of worked. But Rasputin was actually like a historical figure, right?
Like Napoleon, the reason they call him Nappy was because he often took naps, right?
That's right. He was short.
Bill Clinton literally was called to that because all he did was pay bills all day. Like Hillary, she'd go out and she'd buy herself a whale, and he'd sit there and pay like taxes and bills on it all day. So that's just literally what happened there. That's that's it.
History by Lax. Hey, Clint.
Clearly a history major, eh?
Yeah. So actually, where the term billionaire comes from is because when you roll in money like Bill Clinton, I mean, you're a billionaire, right? So.
Okay, let's get the right one here. Why do
you know what I'm really happy is that the mercenary camp is half off this weekend because I do not have enough workers to go work and crown the mills. So I'm like, oh, thank God this mercenary camp costs $5 million food now. Oh, like those tank destroyers, I've been having them on my Christmas list for like 6 months now. Like, oh,
dude, they're so good. Definitely do it.
I'm gonna probably crown them after I get the $5 million food tonight, just so I can go and start hitting war bases with it and trying out.
Too funny. Okay, I'm gonna try and attack my base. Are you ready?
Yeah, you do that, because I'm literally just dropping medals right now.
That's so super exciting.
It's like watching someone peel gum off their shoe. This is how boring this is.
Oh wow! Wait, I'm so shy on everything. We can finish all of those. I don't. Wow, I have no mercenaries. Oh well. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. This is what I was saying. I need to drop metal so I can actually. Yeah. How would I go about this with my wee little gunpowder troops? I've got to be honest. I think I've just got to be brazen.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's funny because so if you so what does it say about a person if they can 5-star their own base? That they're a horrible base designer or they're an awesome attacker? How does that work out? You can't really take one or the other. It's got to be both, right?
No, I think it's like a little bit of like half and half sometimes, to be honest.
I think so. I think I'm with Clint. I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's it's easy and hard to 5-star your own base, I guess.
I fail on my base occasionally. It drives me nuts, but it happens. I don't know. I take it as like
it's like when you walk. It's like when you walk in your room and you can't find your socks, but you know you cleaned your room yesterday. It sucks, right? It like eats you alive, right? It's like that.
Why do I not have any range on that? I thought there was more range there.
He's a good base, finally, decent one.
Oh, there go some of my troops. Lots of my troops. Oh, shoot.
Goodbye. It will be left.
Rip, I'm done. Yeah, I don't think that's not going to happen.
Maroon 5, that one. They will be left.
Do you know what I think is even worse than failing on your own base, though? Is I think everyone has that, like, nemesis base of an alliance member of theirs that for some reason, I don't know, you're just, like, kind of ramped up or psyched out about it. And you cannot...
Cannot attack it. Cannot attack
beat
it for your life.
No matter what you do, you can beat higher level bases with no drop troops, totally fine every time, right? But that one base.
Yeah, and the bad thing is that one base is like a giant like Walmart base, you know, with a giant parking lot on the side. You know, it's like, wow, really?
Okay, so that's the 2-star gimme. I don't like that. Let's see if we can change. I'm gonna modify that a little bit. Because I don't like giving anything away for free. There is no need to ever give anything away for free. We're going to get there. I wish... Oh, you know what? I think I might be able to actually... Oh, yeah. I can collect that. Good. Okay. That gargantuan food shipment that was in my base, I wasn't... And it's still there. Why is it still there? I just removed that thing. Oh no, Colossal Amphoria. You can't move it, right? Such a pain in the butt.
It's a big pain. Yeah, you're right.
Isn't it? You guys have never had that problem?
Huge pain, man. It hurts sometimes. I gotta go to the doctor about it. Yeah, it's pain.
About your giant Amphoria? I guess what I want to see from people on this side of things is more of a commitment. I want to see that you've actually committed to attacking this side of my base. See, and we can stick one of those up there. So what's new? What's happening, Clint?
Nothing much. Kind of a... Glad it's almost the weekend. Let me put it that way.
Are you having one of those?
One of those weeks.
One of those.
So, yeah. So thought I'd just come hang out with some friends.
Cool. Well, yeah.
So if I attack it,
So
you
you
don't want me to use.
came here. Here we are.
Here we are. Ta-da! Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that you thought of us, and I'm glad that we were able to brighten your day.
When you go in with horsemen, like how many? I'm gonna try attacking Tyler. I think instead of using tanks, I'll use 2 generals and just like, or 1 general actually. Okay. And just make it a little bit more fair. How many rifles do you use?
How many rifles do I use?
Yeah.
I use 20. I think I have 26. I have 95 troop spaces available, right?
So let me use 20 rifles to make it more fair. And then how many unit cards do you use?
I use 2.
All right, 2 should be fine, I think. Oh shoot, I have 7 people. I gotta cut down. 2 God, look at this guy. He's just so. Look at this base getting so bald so quickly. Yes.
Man, how do you feel about Lax's in-game advancements, Clint? Is it not insane? Like how fast he's... I know, yeah. He really is. Yeah. Like on all of his accounts, I'm looking at him and it's just like, what the hell, man? Can you slow down and maybe let the rest of us play a little bit?
Yeah, and everyone's going to catch up to me once I'm going through the... So like the one thing about Atomic is like, it starts off really slow because you don't have all the other stuff, and like the bases are like, okay, I tried to like a tank and like howitzer and the healer comp. Dude, that was amazing for like 2 days straight. It was just like didn't lose anything, beautiful. And then I got really impatient and started losing a lot very quickly. So
I'm watching.
You could do it, but it's
with Koner, I'm still killing it. With Koner, I'm just I don't know. I've got that 10 tank combo going, or sorry, the 10 howitzer. 10 field howitzer combo going, and I literally just water through bases, 0 losses. I'm very happy with it.
But yeah, Lex, that's exactly why I was telling you that you should think about going atomic. I told you to do anything, but like I was saying, like you should think about going atomic because you're going to run out of upgrades, i.e. walls specifically. And yeah.
Yeah, you know what? One thing I'm really glad I did in Global H before I did Atomic was the walls. I will say that for sure because it's.
Dude, I feel you on that one. I'm grinding hard right now, as you know.
Those industrial bases with that SAM batteries, and they only have like 6 or 8 towers. It's like so easy to crush them. So like I'm really, and I would tell this to anybody: you want to get some walls done, do them in a Global Age, and then go to Atomic when you have them maxed out. That's what I would say. When you're in Atomic, it's going to take you a month or two before you get an army to actually get those like hits, and like those bases. You saw me looking at them; like they're not easy or. They're a little bit tougher. But
for me, the bases are easy. I have the army, but it's just so many expletive deleted.
No healers.
Okay, so one general.
I'm going from 11 to 15. That's just like so much gold per one. It's just such a drudge. So yeah, I think it's smart doing what you did.
Let's see what happens here.
So you did pop the general.
Yeah. We got protects here, so we can't really just use like anything I want here. We don't need to proper protect just yet. Why did I drop? I don't need what? How did I drop mercs? What are my mercs today? What? The forest, the forest clearing. I'm telling you.
And a protect.
There's Uno.
Are you going to get the quick victory, you think?
I think at the rate we're going, probably not. Maybe. It's hard to tell at this point. I can't use planes either, so I'm trying to like figure this out as I go. I don't know.
So that's probably the most difficult portion I feel that you've gone through there.
Lost one. Oh, we got it.
Oh, wow. Just barely.
Yeah, but it's like I'm using artillery. Like, this guy's gonna die here. Yep, goodbye to you, sir. Okay, at this point we choose a side. Choose a side right now. Beautiful. 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 I don't know if I'll be able to get through it. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, you should. You should. I mean, a first iteration of a base should really... I haven't seen that many that are actually first iteration of.
It's really dumb. I should have used 2 artillery because I forgot I have the Teutonic Fury, so that's not fair either. And then I could have used instead probably 15 rifles instead of 20 because then the Teutonic Fury again. So trying to make it more fair, but there you go. Oh my god! I just 1v1 that. Yeah, I just kill everyone over there. You're gonna run to a trap. I'm gonna die.
You think so?
In there, here.
You're gonna
I saw you make it. I saw you make this base. He's gonna die right here. So scared. No. Don't do it.
It's here he goes.
Okay, good.
He's close. He's close. Hopefully he gets through there.
We're gonna be just a scrub lord and not use any rallies because who rallies nowadays, right?
No, rallies are overrated.
Yeah, you're Germans. I don't even rally the Germans. Call me legendary DN. I don't do this. I play up in 2,600 medals and I just don't even rally.
I still love how long it's taking that one artillery to get through that wall, though.
Yeah, by himself. He's a champ, dude. Get through it. You got this.
He's got it. He's got it. Look
right,
at him go.
You do this. You got this. Get it. Hey, you hit that one. Get it.
Okay, so there you go.
Oh, you're fucked. You're so fucked.
See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now the problem is like when the rest of the army comes up. Yeah. No. Oh no. You see, he's like plane it quick. Plane it quick.
Yes, I got you.
That's awesome.
No.
Just get frustrated in the last minute.
Yeah, just.
Okay, let's try the other one.
It was cute until like a second ago, and then it just failed. Perfect part.
What do we think, Clint? Well, Clint, you're probably watching a little bit behind, eh?
Yes.
We should probably add you to
Skype call.
Yeah. Are you
Sounds
signed in?
Give me 2 seconds.
Hey, at least you're not Maximus, where he says, "Give me like 2 seconds," and he takes 3 hours every time.
It is PC, I have to turn it on, so
Yeah,
maybe
it's
more than 2 seconds.
It's funny because he'll be like, "Lax, I'll meet you. I'll meet you in an hour. I'll be ready in an hour." An hour later, I'm like waiting. 15 minutes later, he's just like, "Dude, I promise. 2 minutes." 20 minutes later, all right, I'm ready. 5 minutes later, all right, I'm sitting down right now. 10 minutes later, all right, let's go. It's just like that every time. It's like, Max, just tell me next time 4 hours, and I can. That's fine. Yeah. Just tell me 4 hours. I'll be fine with that.
Well, you got more Max than I do. I've barely spoken with that guy the last few weeks. He's been busy, and he's been busy, and their schedules haven't been up. But yeah.
Yeah.
He says he really has a great time on your stream. Keeps him in game, which is good.
Huzzah! Okay, I think
attacking. I'm bored.
maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's.
So you won Atomic with Conan? Not your aim?
Yeah, I did.
That's hilarious.
Well, dude, I had like 36,000 crowns.
Oh shit! Well,
I had
yeah,
36,000. Like, seriously? Talk about burning a hole in my pocket, right?
Right? Yeah, it's the same way.
Again. All right, there,
Trying to
Lax.
Scam some Final Fantasy crowns right now.
Some Final Fantasy crowns.
Yes. So I completed the game, but shortly moved from Canada back home to the States.
Okay.
And when I logged in, like literally I had like 2 upgrades to go. It was like there. You know what I mean? But I was on vacation. So when I got home, I logged into the game to finish it up, thinking it would take me a couple hours. And my game won't load. So
oh no.
Oh, devastated. Of course I registered my something, but not my created a specific username for that game or whatever. So I thought I did enough to be able to get it back, basically. But
Now you've made up all this stuff that you don't remember.
yeah, so now I'm trying to like figure something out alternatively.
I love your.
I really want those crowns. I'm not going to go into deeds on it.
No, like 6,000 crowns. 6,000 crowns, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good chunk of change, like to replace
Yeah,
those,
that's
right?
serious business. I'd be going crazy the last
Oh,
few
yeah.
sales.
Absolutely.
Like, it really bothered me because like the tank depot sale, like totally could have used that. You know what I mean? The motor sale totally could have used that. Clearly, like
The Raider sale, you totally could have used it.
yeah, it's amazing. I love my Raiders, as you know, Lex.
Well, even my Max.
Those miners and infantry, you know, are my jam. So.
Yeah, your cute little like classical age Raiders are so adorable.
Although I will say, my miners and infantry are maxed now. Can you believe that?
Your miners and infantry are maxed out?
My wall miner and infantry are maxed now. It's incredible.
Really?
Yeah, they were like 4 ages, 5 ages behind, if not more. My Raiders, I like never upgraded since like classical or something. So, or my engineer.
Oh,
like,
I want to watch this guy 5-star
engineer.
Mrs. Slash with these heavy tanks. Let's go.
Yeah. Anyways, good story, right?
Good
But,
story. Cool story, bro.
I should be.
Sorry. It was there, man. It was there. How do you not?
Like to keep it popping on the stream, you know what I mean? Oh, whoa, that Final Fantasy Crown story started by, like, followed by the Raiders and Miners.
That was a crazy story, man. That was a crazy story.
It's modern day Ulysses.
You're a wild man. You're a wild man living life on the edge. All right.
I'm logged in, by the way, now.
Romans. Oh, that's so good. Look at this. 4 heavy tanks and 5 normal tanks. I knew he was Romans by the way he used that. Just, the math doesn't add up for normally.
No.
So.
Don't do that. Oh, okay, good. I'm busy, Lax.
Yeah, no, you look like you're up to something right there. that protect right there, it's gorgeous. 10 out of 10.
You like that? I thought it was worth it. I felt like it was beneficial. Should we do a speed rally here? We'll do a Lax style speed rally. Womp. I love how fast my bazookas go. When you rally, they book it.
Bazooka bubblegum.
They don't piss around. Oh, that's
I
all
know
right.
someone that pisses around and pisses you off.
Sir,
Get it?
sir, pays you off.
Piss you off.
Haha. For 598,000 gold and 1,300. Yeah, no, that was worth it. That's like 1,500 oil right there.
He did not need to lose that many tanks on his base. Come on, dude. It's so bad.
Yeah, so no, Christopher, I am the advice that you gave earlier on stream, Clint. That's exactly what I'm following.
What
For the walls, for upgrading walls.
Yeah, well, it wasn't advice. It was more just hindsight. But
So
yeah.
that's what I'm in the process of.
To be honest, I think if you get to like the last few levels, you should do max rather than one at a time. So like say from like 12 or 13, somewhere in that range, depending on where you're at, because the hit bonus is so big at 15, right? And even in global, it's so big. I think hit points wise, it just makes sense. But from a perspective of someone who's doing it from 10 or 11, that sucks.
It does. I mean, I'm almost finished getting them all to 11 right now. Right?
Yeah.
So, but I rushed, and that's what I mean. Like I rushed global, I feel a little bit, rather than actually taking my time in industrial. And that was just kind of a situational move. That was just as a result of our alliance facing off against all of these very, very advanced alliances that were in the global age, because of course it had just been released recently therein. But these people all crown stuff, and I feel like we've, I don't know, just on an ongoing basis, had these huge alliances that we have to face.
Well, it forces you to do different things than you normally would. I mean, honestly, like, we are a prime example of that as well as Last Outlaws is. You know what I mean? Like, we are forced based on game changes and whatever to adopt a certain strategy in order to survive in our kind of bracket, if you will, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And be as successful as you are, because no one has fun losing.
No, nobody wants to lose. They're like, hey guys, do you want to go lose another war?
Yeah, let's get our ass kicked for 5 weeks. That sounds awesome. Great. Yeah, cool.
I can tell you. I can tell you right now, it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, and we've been there too, man. Like, it's hard, and like I talk to fledgling alliance leaders and I try to help them out a lot, because they're like, hey, like, we just got into this new bracket, we're experiencing this kind of gaming environment, like, how do we survive? And frankly, I don't have an answer. I wish I did.
No, you know. See, and that's the problem, isn't it?
My best experience. I tell them the only thing I found, which is to try to have whatever war size you can do, dial it down to where you have slightly over half the number able to hit somewhat atomic bases. But that's not a foolproof strategy by any means.
No.
I mean, like,
yeah,
we're matched up against Dutch warlords right now. We're out leveled by about 20 to 30 XP across the board, and we're not unstout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, like, you guys are huge. You guys are huge.
but they have bases in the like 17, 18 range that are better than our top 5.
Oh, see, and that's hard. That's a rough spot to be in. And I mean,
yeah. So no matter what rule we give, it's not going to be foolproof. It's ups and downs.
It's kind of indicative, though. It's indicative of the multiplayer situation, right? Where your medal count gets too high, and even though you want to remain competitive and just keep on playing, you can't. You've got to go ahead and drop down in order to actually keep playing and having fun. And kind of everybody does this kind of up and down within the multiplayer platform as well. I'm sure they could look at any one of the active players where people are either sitting kind of at that level of around 600 or wherever they're comfortable, or they're climbing up and then dropping down. I think there's very few players that are just like, oh, I sit at the middle range that I'm at. Right?
Well, that's how I was for days.
Oh,
right?
for the for days.
Forever.
Man, it was like
Stubbornly so.
it was a
Way
year.
over.
It was a year, and I was like, hey Clint, what's the lowest you've been in the past 6 months? And I think your answer was like, oh, I went down to, I think you said I went down to 2,200 once.
Yeah, with an event. Because
I was like,
burn troops for flamethrowers or something.
I was like, what? You went down to 2,200, and you're like, oh, this is the place to be, and this is how they're ranking alliances at the time, and I was like, you're crazy.
I have the air defense blessing. Oh heck yeah! Give it to me.
Hey, I'm the.
What just happened? I feel like something just happened.
Got the air defense blessing. I'm so happy.
What did I just miss?
Technical issue. I'm the first to admit I'm wrong, and I was wrong about the medals.
I wasn't going to tell you were wrong, but I was going to tell you that you were entertaining.
No, I'm wrong as shit. Super wrong. As wrong as can be. Like, it's like the Twilight Zone down here. You know, like I dropped down there. It's like, what's going on? Like, but it's
what the hell?
What's going on?
Like I like the challenge with the practice, so I was like boosting myself in that regard. But yeah, once the tactics change kind of forced me to drop down, which it did, then yeah, I was totally wrong.
That was it.
This is what it is. Yeah. What do you do?
Well, yeah, cry and stomp your feet, or just say, yeah, no, I was completely wrong. Holy crap! I just went ahead and I'm attacking a guy, and I totally just ran my planes at some oil or some gold rather than the actual. Yeah. Anyways, let's try and fix that. There we go.
But like now we're preaching, rating for walls and low medals with UT, and I'd like to say that I'm passing off that wrong experience to the rest of our alliance, right? Because people come in and they're like, even 16, 17, 1800, and it's like they're hesitant to go to atomic or to do whatever, and it's like, well, like based on my experience, I'm pretty atomic, and if I drop to this certain amount of metal range, it doesn't matter what else is happening. I'm just gonna roll through and lose like 6 rifles.
Yeah,
what I mean? So
that's exactly it.
So I'm able to at least convert my stubbornness and experience into hopefully teaching them for others. But
teaching them something.
This is me trying to spin it positively, by the way, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, it's hard though. It's hard to know what's right at the time. It's difficult. Oh, Velveeta says troops are done.
Yeah.
Certainly. I mean, we've made decisions in the past as far as Last Outlaws that haven't necessarily worked out. Right?
Yeah, we all do. You make the best decision at the time with the information you have. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. But
yeah.
It is what it is. You gotta, as a member of the community where I try to be active and support others, like all I can do is just kind of pass my experience on to others.
My failures. Pass on my failures for others to laugh at.
Exactly. Yeah.
And title my videos appropriately. How you don't attack. How to not rally.
I forget what it was.
Stab Masters, how to not raid oil, right?
It was a couple weeks on your stream, Christopher, and I was sitting there talking to someone who was talking to last in chat, touting high medals, I'm at 2600, trying to raid, blah, 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 all this stuff, and I was like, trying to tell them it was a numbers game, and like, blah, 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 but, I don't think I got through that personally.
Yeah. I think they were trying to say something along the lines where it's like, it's a viable argument where it's like, I like to stay fit for war, right? That's why I go through the whole high metal thing. It makes sense, but it's like, you can, like, we didn't have friendly challenges when we had that conversation, so it's a different world.
But at that point, I don't even argue. At that point, I don't even argue. They've got a sound. It's a sound, and it's a viable mechanism to stay stout for war and ensure that you're actually hitting the latest and the greatest kind of bases.
But is it though? Because now with Alliance challenges being active again, we have to adapt, right? So isn't that, don't you find Alliance challenges practice enough to keep you stout for war?
Nowadays I would, but back when he was making those comments, we didn't have that, so that was a viable thing. But nowadays it's not. It's like you can just go join First Dynasty, all right, and just go drop down to low medals and have them put their bases up and just go hit those. They're
Yeah.
joining K50 or whatever they're called, D50, whatever the K-pop, I guess is their name. Go for it.
K-pop.
Go join K-pop. See what happens.
K-pop.
Speaking of alliance challenges, how's
How's what?
Lone Wolf going?
What are we looking at here? Let's go and check it out.
I keep kind of checking out the atomic bracket. Man, I wish I could fucking join.
Why not? Why can't you? You don't have to leave.
Story. It's like I don't have to leave PT.
No.
I can do it from here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean,
Why couldn't you?
Starts to say it's a leader's thing. Oh, boy, wait. You're saying I don't have to leave? That's the real answer. Oh, great. Awesome.
Well, no. That like the whole.
No. It's not. It's
So listen up here.
I'm making horrible fun. I'm just picking on you super hard right now.
Oh yeah. See, we've got
Super hard right now.
I'm trying to be the best leader I can be, man.
so far. There's only 4 in that standing. There's only 4 in the atomic age, right?
Yeah, I would destroy Vixen. I'm not worried about that.
No, I'm seeing that there's Michael and there's Fresh.
Goss has already done that.
Yeah, I already scouted. I scouted. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Let's see who's in GA.
P.S. I'm talking.
There's only Lightbringer and myself that are in the global registered for global.
Did you see that I named one of my streams after her, and she actually came in and read us some hop on pop on stream? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Industrial
that's right.
seems to be the place to be. There's a
Yeah.
ton of people interested in being in the industrial and competing there.
So how can I do it without leaving my alliance? Sure.
Well, I mean, obviously, like, if everyone was to say, no, we can't do it, or no, I can't leave my alliance, then nobody would be able to compete. But, I mean, if there's, like, one person or 2 people out of however many that aren't actually able to leave their alliance, then everybody would just have to come and visit your alliance. And how you do that is you mark your alliance as open, and somebody would pop in and throw down the friendly challenge.
Yeah, I can kick lax any time to make room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Just drop the dead weight. Anchor off. That's how it is, right?
Lax, by the way, you have to register. I don't see your registration here for any of your accounts, buddy, and you have to. I expect that you're in there.
Okay. Well, Christopher, I wanted to tell you that I would love to participate, but I can't leave the alliance for many reasons. So, I don't want you to do anything around me by any means, but if that were feasible, I would love to participate.
Yeah, no, get in there, man. Go click the button.
That's up to you. I'll leave the ball in your court.
Yeah, no, yeah, I want you in. Clint, you are absolutely in. I need you to go and sign up right now, ASAP.
Okay.
Right now.
Done deal, dude. Consider it done. Because, frankly, like, we're kind of concocting a different sort of event too, and I'm not going to leave for that either. And I don't really want to go into it in stream, but I have my reasons. And it's for the betterment of the alliance and whatever. And I always have to put that first, understandably so. So, like, yeah, if we're able to do it, I would love to.
Absolutely. No, absolutely, man. I want you in there. I want you in there. I'm excited to see your name in there, and I would really appreciate that, man. I mean, I think, and it's one of those things.
It's a done deal. I don't want to make any special commitments around here.
No.
Yeah.
There's no. This isn't something special that I'm offering you versus anybody else. This is what I've told to people is that it's simply a matter of give and take. So it's, like I said, if everybody and their dog simply said, oh, no, I can't leave and I can't leave and I can't leave, well, then obviously it doesn't work. But overall, people are as accommodating as they're going to be, so that's literally where it's at. And they're just people. Everybody's trying to have a good time and everybody has to accommodate for various things. And that's just the way it is. So, if you say you can't leave your alliance, everybody knows you, man. If you put it out there and then and said, "Hey, I'm kind of the leader of Prodigal Thieves, so I can't really leave my alliance," they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Can I pop in?" At which point you just say, "Yeah, I've marked it as open. What's your medal range at?" And you coordinate there and get it done. And it's like 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, only 5 minutes. No excuse. That's right.
No excuses.
Okay, cool. Well, consider me in, man.
Sweet.
I didn't even think about it because I didn't want that to happen.
You didn't want to stir the pot.
Yeah, I didn't want to be like, hey,
Hey, Chris, I kind of know you, so therefore you've got to make a special exception for me.
Yeah, no, definitely not. You know.
So cool. I just had to harass the last outlaws to get them all registered. I think I might just take it upon myself to add them all in there and be like, by the way, you're participating, you punks.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
No comment.
We're slackers though, right? We're such slackers. And like morale has been low on the basis of how the last couple of wars have gone. We had like 3 in a row that were fair, but the last guys that we had, they had 3 atomics on the bottom, or 3 irons on the bottom rather.
Man, I tell you, like, we're a competitive bunch over at PT. We don't base ourselves on our ranking or where we're at or our success or win-loss or anything like that. But because we're a competitive bunch, you get to 2 or 3 bad matches in a row and it affects you. So I guess I'm saying I just really understand. You know?
I feel you, man. I feel you. It's hard. It's hard, but I mean,
you get people opting out all of a sudden for mysterious reasons for a little bit.
Yeah, we've got 15 available for war. We have 15 available for war. It's like, what? How does this go?
I mean, how long did we do 35s and 40s, Christopher, last year?
Oh, shoot, man. It was a long time, and it was a blast.
Months. We never went under 35. For
no.
months.
No. Like, you guys were quite often like, hey, we're going to try and do a 40, right?
We couldn't get over 20 for the last, until recently.
That is just brutal.
For quite a while. And what are you going to do as a leader? Are you going to
start kicking people? Like, come on.
Like, hey,
you've already kicked me, so you know what happens.
Opt in. Yeah, well, you fucking suck.
Oh, snap. I guess you've just been told, Mr. Lax.
Yeah, it happens. I love how he can just switch on me, like, you know, just like that. I mean, it's just like so happy, and then he grabs me and snaps my neck.
You know, that kind of felt like the kids back talking at the kitchen table, and mom or dad just had enough. Dad literally just had enough and fed him one, and that was it. And then he just goes right back into eating his steak. Doesn't even miss a beat.
There's 1920s like wives that just sit there and like, oh, sounds like your dad's angry. Takes, you know, day out.
Yeah, no, it is. It's hard, and you're right. It's hard to make those decisions, and I don't know where we're gonna land. But I mean, the point being that we're here. I feel like, and I've always kind of said this, that we're like a competitive, non-competitive alliance, right? And I've always kind of said that. We're just here to have a good time. We don't care about the glory. We like winning, obviously, as does everybody. But we're not. We don't have. We have a couple of people that are obviously pretty diehard. You know, as far as like, oh, my walls are maxed and this is maxed, and you know, play quite a lot. But we also have more, I think, people that are just like, yeah, I can follow directions, and yeah, I do want a war, and yeah, I love playing this game and hanging out with you guys. But I've also got a ton of real life stuff going on, so I'll show up and I'll do my war attacks, but I'm not going to chit chat with you, right? So, and Poop has been over to our alliance, and there's tons of people that have been to our alliance that have actually outright said, you know, you guys are so quiet, but the wars you guys have just suck, and you just kind of keep going. And I'm like, well, so, what are we supposed to do?
I just thought of something really interesting.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Oh, like we're not, like nobody's whining or complaining or crying about it. They're just like, we just go from war to war to war, and you know, there might be 1 or 2 lines if we get an unfair matchup, but outside of that, we just go in and do what's necessary and win. You know,
stride kind of thing.
Oh yeah. And I was saying, I think it was a couple of streams ago, we were in a fair war, and I said even on stream, I'm like, you know, you put us in a fair matchup, and we'll eat people. And it's just the way it goes, right?
That's a bad thing to have cannibalism on the stream. You can probably remove that and edit out later.
We're used to facing like 20 atomics, right? As is PT. Yeah. You put PT against a team that's on par with PT, And you're going to eat them for lunch. It's just the way it's going to go, right?
Good night. Good night. It's
like,
not even going to be close.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they're gonna line up and they're gonna look at your bases, and then war's gonna start, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, good game. Thanks, guys." Right?
Thanks for coming out.
Last Outlaws, Prodigal Thieves. I feel that there's a few alliances like that. Who's doing that?
The problem is maintaining, as a leader perspective. We're going super into leadership theory, by the way. Now we don't have to delve into this. Come be off at any time if you want. But like, as from a leadership perspective,
can I hit this?
It's about steadying the ship. You know what I mean? It's about maintaining the balance, maintaining the positivity throughout all these experiences. And admittedly, from a leadership perspective, I fucking hate Nexon because it's so goddamn hard to do that sometimes.
Oh, it is. It is. It really is.
It seems like they beat you without even knowing they're beating you. Or maybe they do. I don't know. That's even more frustrating. I don't try not to go into that. But like the Elephant Archer event this week, right? It's like, okay, let's nerf Elephant Archers. This has been around for months. From all the top alliances. Has had nothing but support. And they just keep... They follow an Elephant Archer sale by an Elephant Archer event. And it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
See, here's the thing though. Is that, and I outlined this when I was with Global Onion. When I went and did that war with them, I outlined it very clearly. When we talk about equality, when we talk about free-to-play games versus pay-to-win, I want the ability to have the same troops as somebody that just paid for them. And they've kind of hit it a little bit there on the basis that they had the sale for those, and now they have the event for them. So obviously I can have the same troops as those people that paid for them, but not on the same scale. And that's, I think, what's lacking, right? Is that on an ongoing basis, somebody could have bought 500 of those, and I'm not able to do that. So now I've got this event that allows me to get some of those and the Elephant Archer stable, but it's still not on an ongoing basis, and that's what it really needs. That's what equality would look like, right?
No, so what it is a backhanded implication, right? So like, oh, let's offer this exquisite sale on Elephant Archers for $5, and next week let's give people 3 for free, so they don't bitch about it, right?
Yeah, and that's, I mean, I'm happier with that, I guess is what I'm saying.
No.
We're
not happy with
I would.
that.
Well,
you're not happy with that.
What would you say?
Win a couple wars and tell me you're happy with that.
Yeah. Well, no, absolutely. But I mean, what would you prefer to see? I mean, for me personally, I would like to see it on an ongoing basis. I have the ability. I can either buy this troop from the store for the $2 or for the $3, or I can go and play X number of times, or I can play a side game, or I can watch a video and get the same troop.
I actually liked Cuvadis.
Who?
Cuvadis from First Dynasty. I don't know. He came out with the whole do away with pay to win art post in the forum in the last day or two. And one of his ideas was, let's take away the ability to love that on defense, or at least be able to nerf it by applying a sabotage or blitz to it, or something like that, like what was previously able to be done, right? Like, you can do whatever you want on offense, but at least let's take away the ability for them to put 8 of these dickheads in there and defend against you, right?
Well, so, I think a nerf would be appropriate. I think if you want to load it up,
I think they should do both. I think they should do his idea and also make the plane bonus applicable to all units. Because I'm sorry, something with that high of a hit points and that high of damage with splash damage.
Yes.
Should be able to be taken out with the plane bonus to tanks, right? But that's the key.
My one attack in Global Union, I faced off against a bazooka tower and 2 Elephant Archers.
I saw that savage attack, by the way.
Thank you very much. It was
attack.
Yeah, it was deadly. It was deadly. I mean, I was surprised that I made it through, to be honest.
Yeah, but you did.
Skin of my teeth, literally. That was brutal.
That's all that matters.
So yeah, when you walk away with one plane and two generals at the end of it all, it doesn't necessarily feel like a win, does it?
Nah.
But I mean, the 5 stars were up there, so that was good.
Yeah, that's all that mattered. You killed it. That was awesome.
Thanks, man. That bazooka tower.
I'm sure that was the attack of that.
You think so?
I don't know.
It scared the crap out of me, though.
Making commentary from him.
Well, thanks, man.
How many people attacked that base before you did?
Oh, I don't even know. I think there was probably 3 or 4, maybe even 5.
Yeah, that's enough.
So I mean, there was but that bazooka tower was just nuts. I mean,
exactly.
And they had like 10 of them, so it's not like I was the only one having to deal with them. But
did they all activate that shit?
Oh yeah, they did.
Really?
Yeah, they had 10. They had 10 bazooka towers.
Fucking,
like, how weak is that, right? And I liked Ross. I mean, Ross is a good guy. Like, he came and he actually did give me some advice and some valid input, some really valid input on my attack.
I saw that.
And he took the time.
That was legit.
Yeah, you know, and it is. It is. I always appreciate when people, whether or not I agree with the advice that's given, I always appreciate when people take the time to actually put that kind of time and effort into it, right? It's like you took the time to watch my video, not just watch it. You analyzed it, you critiqued it, and then you wrote up, you know, how you felt I could do better. And I really appreciate that. That's the kind of help that I'm looking for, right? So that was legit. However, you know, and it's the same as when we, when I went over to Fresh DZ, or no, it's just Fresh. When I went over to Fresh, we fought against Chadwick's Alliance. And I had
Warriors.
I had a straight up conversation with them though, right? So they blew us away the first time around, and sure enough, it was like I was ranked 8th and their 20th. That was a global player came in and 5-starred me, and this is when they had the war replays, and sure enough, the guy used like 5 sabotage and a whole ton of troop cards, and I was like, really? So he was using the tactics glitch, plus he was using a whole bunch. Anyways, I was like, so I talked to Chadwick. I was like, you know, because they won and then we matched them again. And I was like, you know, I'm like, don't kid yourself, Chadwick. This doesn't mean that you guys are stout. It means that it's pay to win. You know, let's be honest with one another. And he's like, yeah, I know. And I was like, okay, so you know. And he's like, dude, why do you think I bought like 500 elephant archers, right? I was like, okay. I'm like, you bought 500? And he's like, no, I got 200, and another guy in his alliance bought 500. I was like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
So I'm like, okay. I'll tell you what. If you don't load up all of your strongholds, I can guarantee every single one of those bases is just going to fold. And he's like, no, do you really think they would? And I'm like, I can tell you right now. I said, I can tell you that the guy that 5-starred my base isn't going to be able to do it without, you know, cheating effectively. So, anyways, and he did. He honored it. And they didn't. And he said, okay. He said, on offense, we're not going to at all. And sure enough, Fresh beat him. Straight up. The same guy came and attacked me, and I think he got 2 stars. He got 2 stars. And he didn't get the quick victory, but he got, you know, he got the town center and then 51% for 2 stars. I was like, see, that's how that looks. That's how that looks when you're not paying to win. That's what that looks like.
We faced that alliance 3 times before in a row.
Oh, did you?
We did.
Did you guys eat them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
We're trying to. I've been trying to challenge him again because I don't know. Sometimes his posts rub me the wrong way.
Well, I thought he had quit.
Well, what time?
What's on?
Are you speaking of? What time are you speaking of?
The last. Oh, well, I know he's quit before, but last time, yeah. That's okay. Exactly. So never mind. So he didn't quit. So he was just talking out the wrong end.
Yeah, he's recruiting on all forums now again. Talking
about destroy.
He literally said he was going to be top 25 soon.
That's kind of unfortunate though.
Day, and I'm like, dude, like, not to be like this, but we've been 24 at one point. And, like, it's really fucking hard.
Oh, it's so hard, dude.
So fucking hard, and like,
It's stressful. It's stressful, and you've got to plan it down to a T, and you've got to have those level 6 coalitions, and you've got to, yeah.
I do my best every war, but we don't structure ourselves around filling every war base sitting at the top of wherever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm sure it's attainable. I don't mean it like that, but...
well, just wait. If they actually fix
if you want to leave your sandbags out and come hang out, I'm all for it.
That's too funny. Yeah, no, I always let people know that the boot camp's going to be in the top 100 and have fun when we get there.
I'd love that.
And just to kind of prove a point, right? This is what it looks like, and this is and sure enough, it should be attainable. There's no reason why it shouldn't be attainable, and I would gladly,
absolutely should be.
I'd gladly pick up my sword and duel with anybody that wants to argue that one with me.
See, people think the top 100 should be the 100 best alliances. I completely disagree with that theory.
We are one of the top 100. We are one of the best alliances. I'm sorry.
No, just wait. I think it should be the top 100 of every level of alliance, which you guys would be included in, right?
That's right. That's right.
Rather than, we're the top whatever, OP, paying to win.
Hey, and you nailed it right on the head. You nailed it right on the head. That leaderboard represents primarily pay to win, right?
And sandbagging a lot.
Well, and at that point, at that moral level, where does it stop?
Mostly both, which is even more.
Yeah.
No way.
And so I'll throw that one out there. Both. Good luck. Deal with it without that.
I don't think this guy's blessings are really going to help him, Lax.
No. Heck no. Look at this guy. He's got nine blessings. Like, that's really gonna help you, dude. I mean, it might help you at Thanksgiving because then you have something to be thankful for, but this ain't gonna do much for you right now.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I know. I hear you, Clinton. I mean, it's hard, but I think it does have to change, and I think I would like to see that top 100 be a little bit more diverse, not just simply to say if you spend a lot of money and you're a fully atomic alliance that has a ton of troop cards and a ton of paid for buildings, then you can be up here, because that's kind of what it says now. And I'm not saying that they're not skilled. I mean, and this is where people take offense to it, right? People take offense and they get defensive and they say, oh, well, are you saying that you could face us and we don't have any skill? No, no. I'm saying that you guys are likely extremely skilled attackers, extremely skilled at building bases, but complemented with those things, you are also doing this other thing, which is sandbagging. Yeah. You're also doing this other thing, which is pay to win. You're taking advantage of that situation, and that's fine, because that's how it's been designed. But I'm saying I don't want it to be designed that way. I would like to see it designed differently, right?
And you know what I say to those people, Christopher, is let's match up. No stronghold troops, no event buildings. Let's have fun. And see who wins.
Let's just do it up.
And it is never taken up magically.
Who's I think there are alliances that would take you on that. What about Encore?
Yeah, sure, but they're like 30 levels above us, if not more.
Are they? Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Well, and I mean, like Grady had brought that up. Grady brought it up the other day. He's like, well, Last Outlaws should totally have a head-to-head with Prodigal Thieves. And I'm like, well, I don't really think that would be very fun. And he's like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, if you guys just want us to admit that you're bigger and better than us, then that you're bigger and better than us. And he's like, well, what do you mean? He's like, that's not what I'm looking for. And I'm like, well, no, but the point is that you guys have like 22 atomics to R5?
Yeah.
And that's like four and a little bit, right? So, and I mean, you guys have like atomics, like hardcore atomics. We're not there. We're not there.
And like I said before, we had to adapt to our environment. So we're offensively driven. So like some of our atomics, like Allison, for example, who is a level 175, give or take. She has better planes than I do.
You've heard of a speedrunner, right? In like gaming, Allison would be the speedrunner of like attacking bases. I've never seen anyone attack a base faster than that person.
Nope.
Really?
She's our best attacker. Not even kidding. for any level. It's really impressive. And I don't know.
It's interesting. I mean, we're here kind of persevering, and we've got some of our top players that are, pretty close to getting up there. Like there's Paris and Felix is now there, but like for instance, Beef and New Era and who else is there? Beef, New Era, Crayola. Trying to think of who else. King Lorenzo's getting up there. Kona, of course, is brand new Atomic. I think that's about it. I think JW is up there. So that's about it. So we've had to drop a lot, but I mean we're sitting at about 1,900 little cuppy things. This matchup that we're in currently looks to be actually fair. The guys in my age, and I think the disparity between global and atomic is so large, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you feel that's accurate, but I think it is.
Oh, it's not even close.
Like it's sick, right? As soon as somebody has radar, it's like game over. So I try and keep that in mind because I do get down on myself for not being able to 5-star these guys, but I'm like, let's face it, that's a 219 atomic for my nice little not maxed planes, not maxed university research, and I'm a global player. That's just where I'm at, right? The most I can hope is that my base just gives them enough crap that they have to use at least 2 or 3 attacks on it, right? And that's kind of the goal. That's where I take satisfaction, is when I say, and same with Tyler. That's why I love showcasing Tyler, is because he's stout. Oh, Poop? Yeah, Poop is an unreal. I've never met anybody that can outperform that woman in attacking. I'm sorry, Clint. It doesn't matter who you bring to the table.
Mira. That's why I bring up Mira. I'm telling you, like woman on woman battle. I put money on Mira any day. I'm telling you.
No.
You would see me sitting there going, I'm throwing my house. I'm throwing my yacht. I'm throwing that business up in Baycong up. Let's go.
Lax, I am telling you that they probably use almost an identical strategy. But the point is that I haven't seen anything from Mira in a year.
I'm just being comical about it.
Yeah, but no, Poop is and when she was over with the last Outlaws, she's like, oh no, 219 atomic. She's like, no, I got it, and she'd go and run it over. And yeah, Crayola Crayon Courier even just pointed out Crayola Crayon, absolute beast mode. Like, I swear that guy was industrial and taking on atomics. He was like just insane. So we do have some huge hitters in the last Outlaws, and I'm just not one of them, not yet. And I think it's a matter of focus. I think I focused on the wrong things. I'll admit, Clint, I didn't even realize that my planes could be upgraded past MK whatever they were.
Yeah, because like the triplanes go to MK3, so for a while I thought, oh, MK3 is the highest or whatever.
Yeah. And so shame on me, right? But I'll get there, and I'm trying something new, obviously, too, right?
Greek salad.
I'm certainly not conventional running with a Greek salad.
It's nice. It's fun. I play with it. It's fun. I play with a bomber with it. It's fun.
Whoop whoop.
I think anything with a bomber is fun, honestly.
Now, on that note, I am going to run away. My beautiful wife is going to be home any minute now, so I am going to go and hopefully greet her. This is her Monday. So if you guys are wondering why you never hear from me or see anything really from me on Wednesday and Thursday, those are her days off. Which is the way it should be. Clint, did you get that message? Did you get my message?
Yeah, I haven't checked it yet, though. My device just died and I logged back in. If you
would... Yeah, that's an open invite. You come check it out and let me know what you think. You can either PM me or feel free to speak openly in there.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Lax. I was a little bit worried about you, buddy. I'm glad to hear that you're all right and that things are moving forward.
Yeah. So funny story is my uncle told me that he has a cat in the house. So I'm like, well, at least it's not an alligator, right? Because I'll take anything, any pet besides an alligator, even a bear. I mean, I like bears, but he's like, well, truth be honest, we have like a river behind our house that connects to the St. James River or whatever. And he's like, there used to be an alligator there, but like a few weeks ago, my neighbor was there, and it like he was like, I guess feeding his dogs near the river, like playing with them near the river, and like the gator was just sitting there, looked up, and took his shit. I mean, because like, I mean, how would you react if you saw an alligator? So, not to go,
I pet it.
chill out this body. Just go pet it, right?
I pet it. Yeah.
So we got it out, and it was just like, so I would so.
All right. I'm running away. As always, thanks for tuning in. Gently, gently press that like button down below. Gently. Keep your sticks on the ice. Have a good time.